Fore by Barstool Sports. It is May 3rd, 2022. We're sort of in a divide and conquer situation right now. We got foreplay all over the country. We've got people on different missions, on different shoots, productions. I'm in Scottsdale. Lurch has got the classic corporate fuzzy background, but I think he's in New Jersey. We got Frankie is in Alabama, and Trent, I think, is in San Francisco. So we're all over the fucking country right now.
Yeah, we're traveling. We're doing things. Mine is for a Chicks in the Office live show appearance, so it's not foreplay related. But I know Frankie is down in Alabama to
Could be foreplay related, you know.
What's that? Ooh! I just got it. It took me too long to get that. It took me too long.
That's right. Yeah,
and then
Frankie's fellatio.
Okay. All right. Then Frankie's down in Alabama to try to fix his brain and his chipping, which I'm sure we'll talk about that. So yeah, we're just all over the place.
Trent, you started Breaking 90. Breaking 90 started last week.
I did. Me and the crew, Jake Bass, and E-Bug went down to Eatonton, Georgia, again, to see my guy, JT. Just an absolute joy to see him. I mean, we got Waffle House right before we went to JT, so that was a way to kick off the trip.
What'd you go with the Waffle House?
The All-Star Special, and then they bring a waffle. I don't know if the waffle's included or not, but I got that. I just covered it with syrup.
No, it comes with a waffle.
Okay.
I think it comes with a waffle. Yeah, I think you get a choice like pancake or waffle.
I got that, and then we just went to Cuskawilla. We were there for like a day and a half, and it really, I mean, I've said it endlessly on this show and in the videos and everything, but he's the perfect guy for me, John Tillery. We just get along so great. We're similar speeds, and when I saw him again, it was just like, all right, we're doing it again. And so we filmed for a couple days, and that'll come out in a couple weeks, and then we're going to start playing rounds and all that. So we're just back at it, and it was funny. The text messages between me and him before I went down there, I could sense his nervousness just because he's like, yeah, definitely come down here. We'll get you a dial. We'll do all these things. And he's like, we got 100 in the bag. Like we're just breaking 100. And I was like, I've done it a couple times. I know you're nervous, but this is going to be breaking 90. So then when I got down there and we played a little bit, he felt far more comfortable. My game is still there. I played pretty well. The first day we played a few holes just so he could see it. I played with his sons, which was very funny. They're fucking really good at golf. So I played a few holes. He just wanted to kind of gauge where we were. And he was like, all right, we can absolutely do this. So now we're rolling again. I just need to practice more than last time around, which is something that I knew that I was going to tell him. I was like, I know I need to practice more. Because every time I would call him, I would be on the 18th green somewhere on Long Island with Frankie. And I'd be like, hey, man, I just shot 108. And I'd be calling Tillery. And he'd be like, so when was the last time you practiced? Or are you just playing rounds over and over again? And there was a stretch where I was just playing rounds over and over again. He's like, that's just not going to cut it. You're not going to get any better. You're not going to make any progress. And then sure enough, I started practicing, and then I broke 100. So this time around during breaking 90, I just got to focus in, practice way more, play way more, and we're going to make it happen. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we're going to do it.
Do you feel like he thought his brand was at risk with you
so
maybe not getting there?
I mentioned that to him. One of the first things I said to him, I was like, if you don't want to do this again, we don't have to. We can get on a plane, me, Jake, and Bug right now. No hard feelings because I get it. He's got Kiz, Hudson Swafford, Ricky Fowl, Sepp Straka, like all these guys who are having great years. And it's just like, if I'm JT, I'm looking at Trent who can't break 100. Maybe I got to cut this guy loose because it's just not worth the reputation.
Yeah, he's a Bruce Willis trying not to do a huge flop, right? I mean, you got to keep that momentum going. And if you come in and look, I sort of shared a little bit in his concern where it was like, okay, we're trying to break 100, okay, broke 100 once. Now we're going to just be 10 shots better than that. We're going to be 10 shots better than that. But I did think, and we all thought, we would all talk about it all the time, even behind your back, Trent, of like, Trent's game is there. Like you would get, especially your swing, you would get in those grooves where it's like he's hitting the ball pretty fucking pure, and you would hit drive after drive, that's a little baby cut, and you started to last year for the first time ever get these compression flush audio sounds from your iron play that was obvious that's just improvement. And if that's still there, I think he's right. I mean, 95 and 89 is very doable. and it's good to hear that if he was optimistic, and that man knows golf swings and golf games better than anyone, if he was optimistic, that gives me a jolt of energy for you.
Yeah, no, he said he was he calmed down a little bit after we played, I think we played 7 holes the first day. He was like, all right, I feel much better. This is something we can do, and I'm gonna practice because I love John Tillery, and the last thing I would ever want to do is besmirch his great name. Besmirch.
I think so. You said it the first time with such
that's a word.
Power and. Does it work in that scenario?
I think so. The last thing I would want to do...
That's like damage. That's like just to damage, I believe, right?
You said besmirch. We're not going to act like you didn't say the wrong one.
Yeah, the first time, and then I doubled down on besmirch. The last thing I would want to do is drag his name through the mud and people being like, this guy stinks, and we're putting up these videos, they're getting all these views, and it all goes back to John Tillery. That's the last thing I want. So with that on my shoulders, there's going to be more practice. There's going to be more of everything, and we're going to do it, and I'm very excited to get going again. It was good to see him.
Can't wait.
It was
so exciting.
Such a refreshing photo to come across my timeline. Just you guys there, we're doing it again. The boys are back in town. We're running it back, except it was just a different number. It's breaking 90. The march continues. It's just wholesome. It's fun. I'm not surprised that his kids are really sick at golf. I feel like that's sort of an obligation. I mean, if you're a golf teacher and your kids suck at golf, right? I mean, it's sort of like if you go to a bartender and they just got the worst haircut of all time, you're sort of like, all right, I mean, what are we doing here?
They're good, man. It's going to be on the video, but when we played a couple holes, they played with me, and they're just, occasionally a lot more than occasionally better than I am. They're just fucking striping it. It's really impressive.
How old are they? What's their age range here?
10 and 12 are their ages.
Yeah, I've lost to a 12-year-old, so I imagine they're pretty good.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Kids are good. Kids are good at games, dude. Kids can be really good at golf. I was next to a kid the other day that was just pissing on it on the range. And it's amazing because, the club can do so much work. The kids have all this little flexibility in their bodies. And I was just looking at this kid. I was trying to, warm up, and I looked left, and he was just ripping the ball. And I had just shanked, I think, 15 9-irons in a row. And... yeah, I mean, it's amazing how good kids can be.
First hole, his 10-year-old hit a drive and then hit a 3 with 3 feet. Just like it was nothing. We were playing for a Slim Jim. It was first birdie gets a Slim Jim.
Good bet.
And I lost. I didn't even have a chance. Kid made a birdie right out of the gate. It was really impressive.
You're like, net? We playing for net birdies?
Yeah, what are we doing?
What's going on
They're just, Tillery knows how to teach them.
All right, we got much to get to. I'm happy. I can't wait to watch. I cannot wait to watch. So I'm glad you guys started. I think you're going to do it. I think you're just going to do it. It's going to be cool. You're just going to be an 80s golfer, which is nuts to think about, but we all knew it was kind of in there. I think Kevin Kisner's joining the show. We sent him the Zoom link. He was being as slightly wishy-washy, I would say, but I think he's going to join the show. So at any moment, here in the next, I would say 30 minutes, Kiz might just appear on the show. Hopefully he does. If he doesn't, we got lots to get to, from Frankie going down and doing Fixing Frankie. We got used golf facts came out attacking Tiger Woods at an interesting hour of the weekend at 2 a.m. on Saturday night. We got Tiger practice round. John Rahm wins. Phil Mickelson has reemerged. Greg Norman quotes. We got much to get to. Notion, if you got a lot to get to, Notion's going to help you out there. An all-in-one team collaboration tool that combines note-taking, document sharing, wikis, project management. Were you guys note takers in school at all?
Had to be, yeah. I had to be.
I was.
Were your notes any good though?
No, but you had to at least look like you were doing something.
I was a huge note guy in the beginning of the semester, the beginning of the course. I used to keep all of my marble notebooks as neat as possible. Date in the top right, real nice and neat. I also used to keep a journal just in case I died and my parents found it. I used to write things in it under my bed. But I used to think that maybe if I became super famous,
we'll revisit that.
This is why you're in Alabama.
I've told you guys this before. And if I I used to think in the beginning of the semester, like if something was to happen, maybe if this was a really remarkable year for me, or if I became extremely famous, like I became a president or something, they'd look back upon my note taking in like 7th grade English and be like, oh, this is going in like some sort of museum. So I would say like, I want to keep it as neat as possible. I just thought that was cool. And then it always just after 2 weeks, you're like, fuck this, man.
Yep.
And I just draw the same little guy with crazy hair, just everything. Yeah, just as many penises as I could draw.
With powerful integrations and API and seamless navigation, you'll have everything you need at one spot with Notion, so you can make speed your advantage without the silos and context switching that slow companies down. Plus, Notion has a worldwide network of millions of users creating templates, tutorials, and new inspiration. The product is getting better all the time. You always have the support that you need. You can learn more and get started for free at notion.com/foreplay. That's notion.com/foreplay. They've been with us for quite a while now, buying into the Foreplay brand, which I like. So please support them and learn more at notion.com/foreplay. Helps you take the first step towards an organized, happier team today. Notion.com/foreplay. We got Zurich Classic recap coming out on Thursday. The crew, Frankie and Trent especially, leading the crew. We're down there at the Zurich in person. First time since, the dark days of our Zurich Classic PGA Tour experiences several years ago with Trent Daddy and myself. The first time Barstool Sportsbook has been the official gaming partner of a PGA Tour event, team event, the whole works. So that's coming out on Thursday on YouTube, I believe standard time or usual time, probably 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So people can check that out. And then next Tuesday we have Colin Morikawa, our second follow-up video coming out on YouTube. Where Colin Morikawa, I would say there's gonna be a few clips from this one that are gonna blow people away into what this series video and video shoot turned into at the end of it.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Okay.
Oh, me too.
We
Colin
did
did so much that day.
I know.
He completely bought into the whole fact that we were doing things that were trying to be entertaining. He wanted to be a part of that. He is just a guy that gets it. If you throw him into a situation, you're like, this is what we're trying to accomplish. He wants to accomplish it. He's a go-getter. He's a guy that just wants to get things done the best possible way. And we said we want to do this. He did something even better, and it's just a must-watch video.
Yeah. And he gives me Sour Patch Kids, which I talked
And he's a fierce competitor.
He's scary.
Fierce competitor. No one wants to lose less than that person. So we got him into a competitive environment. And not only did he want to win, but afterwards, he wanted to really deliver to everyone some entertaining and really some kind of daggers, I would say, at the end of it. So people need to stick around on Tuesday night. We have Colin Morikawa coming out. Okay. Frankie, you are being fixed, I believe, down in Alabama. Have you been to Alabama before?
First time in Alabama, I think. I can't remember. I've been to so many damn states at this point. I just don't remember. But I don't think I ever came here in the Dave days. So, no, I think this is my first time.
And we can set it up the internet is quite familiar now with your struggles around the greens. It wasn't always that way. You're a accomplished high school golfer back in the day. Used to be able to chip a ball right up onto a green, no problem. I believe you had a few 38s, 39s that Frankie posted. Official, Long Island, whatever the hell your high school was, scoring. And then, several years ago, you appeared here in the Foreplay Golf brand. And ever since then, it's been yippee. You've been blading, Frankie Butterneyes, the whole works. And some people think it's a bit, and that's not a good sign whenever something is so bad, so horrific, so unacceptably terrible that people think it's a bit. That's not good. And it's obviously frustrated you to no end. It's probably the only thing really holding your game back because you've got a beautiful lefty swing. You're an athlete. You should have good touch in theory. Yet you've been blading chips for years and years and years. Quite frankly, everybody's sick of it. And now you decided you're going to do something about it.
Yeah, it's just the time has come to just, all gas, no brakes, fix this shit. I'm done with it. And, there's been a lot of breaking points, but I think this year I really went into this year being like, I'm going to become a much better golfer. I had those ambitions, those goals to just be better. I'm practicing more. I go to Colonial. It's my new home club. I'm playing. I'm chipping there. I'm actually hitting balls off grass, chipping onto greens. and I'm doing it all well when I'm practicing. And then when I get into the mode and I understand, listen, I hear everybody. I see all the tweets. I see all the comments. I get it. I don't have the best fucking form. I flip my wrists. I'm fast. I've seen them all. I know Kevin Kisner's given me a lesson that's gotten 2 million views, whatever it is. I know that Bryson DeChambeau gave me a lesson. I know all these guys have helped me. I understand how to do it, just like we understand how to do a lot of things. It's the execution in the moment. Something happens to me, and I'm not even saying that for content. I'm not saying that just to say things on a podcast. I played just the other day with just 3 of my buddies. No fucking cameras, no one tweeting, no one video. And I had a chip that I just had to get up and down to win a match. And I hit it 2 inches, I chunked it. And then the next one I bladed into the ocean. And everyone's laughing at me. And I'm just looking around like, I wish I just didn't fucking do that. And like, you look back at my round and I shoot like a 89. And we're in the car and everyone's like, you gave up 9 strokes today that the ball went 3 feet or less. And like, it was that bad. I hit the ball phenomenally. Didn't miss a fairway. Just like, so it's like, it's one of those things where you just like, you're sick of it. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So, I actually went to like a lesson a couple months ago. I told you guys, this guy, Joe Ngaglia out on Long Island, and he was putting me in contact with some people. He's like, we got to get you fixed up. Like, if this is mental, then like, we got to put you in the right guy. I found Dr. Brett McCabe. He's down here in Alabama, in Birmingham, Alabama, and he is he's I would say he's built from like the same cloth as me, where he's like a competitor and also gets like why I want to get it done, because I'm just sick of getting made fun of and all these. Like, he's not like an old school guy. He's like a new school, unorthodox, gets all the YouTube stuff. He happens to be like a certain recent #1's mental head coach, aka a Spaniard on PGA Tour that's maybe the best golfer on the planet when he's playing well.
Recent
win that we'll probably talk about in a couple minutes. He's like that guy's mental head coach.
Yeah, narrowing it down.
Then like he's also the mental coach of who we say is American Psycho on the golf course, and it rhymes with Willie Marshall. And he's just,
I got a couple names in mind.
Yeah,
he's a world-renowned psychologist. He works at the University of Alabama. He goes around the world speaking about the mental side. He was a pitcher at LSU, and he had all these struggles with chipping and pitching and all this stuff. And he became a doctor, and now he's a psychologist. He's a fucking phenomenal human being. I can't express how excited I am to start this series tomorrow. We just went to dinner in Alabama. We just met him and his wife. He gets it. He says that our tee time's at 2 o'clock tomorrow, but to show up at his office at 8 a.m. It's going to be a mentally exhausting day. Our goal for Fixing Frankie is simply to just see if we can fix someone with the yips. And if you watching it, you can gain some things that he gives you. It's also going to be like mental exercises to take in everyone's game. What should you be thinking when you're standing over a chip and you have to hit it onto the green? Should you be thinking about one thing or thinking about another thing?
How many days are you with him, Frank?
We're here for 2 days, so we're going to do 2 rounds of golf and a bunch of stuff on chipping areas.
Okay.
And then the series is not ending there. We're going to go, like, Trevor Immelman's already expressed so much interest in wanting to fix the actual part of my chipping. So we'll be doing that. We'll be going to actual like pros that are going to help me in that aspect. So I'm not stopping, just like Trent isn't stopping until he breaks 90. I'm not stopping until I feel that I'm at a point where I can get it done. And there's something that happens to me, boys, and you've seen it. I don't know what it is. It's I was talking to him today, and we didn't do our first official sit down. It's going to be tomorrow morning. But when I'm chipping and like I'm actually in a moment when I have to hit a wedge shot, I actually forget in real time all the things I have to do to accomplish that shot. So like I'll tell you like straight, I was like talking to him at dinner. I'm like, immediately when I'm standing over and I look at this shot, I'm like thinking on my practice things, I'm like, wait, am I supposed to go that far back for this type of shot? Like, is this tape back supposed to be that long if I wanted to hit it right there? Am I supposed to open up my club face this much for this type of shot? Do I want to bounce? I'm thinking about all these millions of things, and then I take it back, I get nervous, and I don't commit, and I decel, and then the ball goes everywhere, and you've seen the result. So how do we stop that?
It's interesting because you probably, when you drive the golf ball, you probably think about almost nothing.
Riggs, when I step up to a tee right now, and this is one of the things he taught me, and it's coming out in the video on Thursday of us. He was on the range right before I went to go play in the Celebrity Shootout at the Zurich Classic. He said, step back, take a deep breath, look at a target, and fucking hit it there. So I've been doing that. I played yesterday, 2 days ago, and I just fucking stepped up. I had my head up, looking at it real confident on the tee, and I just ripped baby cuts right down the middle, 265, 75 yards, right down the middle. Perfect setup for my next shot. So much confidence. I stand over a wedge shot, and I have a million different reasons why this shot's going to go wrong. Oh, I can't come down on it like that. I can't come at it that aggressive. I'm going to fucking blade it over the trees. I can't have that little touch. I'm going to duff it at my feet. Every single thought is a negative one. So how does he going to get me to think positive? That's what the goal of Fixing Frankie is. I'm so fucking excited to see if that's going to happen. It probably won't. I don't know. I have no hopes for it. Like, I'm mental disaster. I get it. Like, he'll probably help me with other parts of my life too. I'm a fucking problem with everything, but we'll see, man. Dude, one of the things he said to me
blank slate. Go in there tomorrow. Don't go in there thinking like this isn't going to work. Just go in there and be like, I'm at Dr. Brett McCabe's mercy.
He said, do you think about when you chew? Do you think about every single bite? He goes, do you think about not biting your tongue? Or do you just fucking chew and swallow? And I was like, I just chew and swallow.
It's a good analogy.
And he goes, sometimes you bite your tongue and you're like, fuck, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
I've actually had a thing going on where I can't, like, I really do bite the side of my mouth more often than not.
But the idea is like
a fucking thing for a couple
how do we get the thing that we're how do we get something like chipping to be just like, you just do it? Riggs just does it. Lurch just does it. They just like do it. I do it on the tee box. I do it with a 7-iron. I just step up and I just kind of hit the shot. It's not always where I want it to go. Just like Riggs' chips aren't always where they want to go. Just like Tiger Woods' chips aren't where they always want to go. But I have the confidence to hit the shot. I don't know. It's also course management. Like the other day I had a fucking chip and I tried to hit a flop shot and trickle this thing right next to the pin. And everyone's like, and I made a 7 on a par 3. Hit the ball 10 feet to the right of the green, made a 7. Went over the green, chunked it, over the green, chunked it, 2-putt, the whole thing. And everyone's like, if you just chipped in the middle of the green 2-putt, you made a 4. It's like not the worst. It's not
right.
I
was talking to my buddies about this yesterday, actually. We played a couple courses this weekend, and they're like, it's amazing. They're like, your short game, I feel like, just saves you so many shots, and it's so good. And I said, it's amazing because, like, when I play a lot, I think about, on my chips, I think about all the time, where can I not leave it? So if I'm, like, short-sided and you have to hit some crazy flop shot, that means if you try to hit that, you don't hit it, you're going to have the same shot, which is going to be horrific. Or there's got to be a way I can just punch it into a hill. And even if it's like 20 feet past the hole, that's fine. Like, I'm just going to make bogey or whatever. I subconsciously just think my way through that way. But if you try to hit those hero shots, dude, you can add up scores so fast.
Yeah, that's a big part of what Tillery says every time I'm down there. First time, second time when I was just down there, we work on swing, we work on everything while I'm down there. But a lot of it is when we're playing holes, he's just like, what are you thinking here? And sometimes I'll tell him, he'll be like, why the fuck would you even want to do that? First of all, you can't do that. And then second, like, if you screw it up, which you're probably going to because you're down here, you've been down here twice now. One was a breaking 100 series. Now we're breaking 90. Like, there's just certain things you can't do on a golf course. So let's, like, the old saying, take your medicine is something people say. And it's just, take your medicine. If you actually do it, you end up in a way better place with way better scores. Because like you're saying, Riggs, if you try to do the hero shot and it doesn't work, which it's probably not going to work, you're in a worse spot than you were before. Where if you had just thought about it back there and been like, all right, let me just hit it out here a little bit, as opposed to going for it, we can get up and down and we can make a 4 or 5 as opposed to an 8.
Yeah, I think all the time about just if you're out of position, which we are all the time, how can I make an easy bogey? That's pretty much what I'm trying to think about. Because bogeys at our level, man, are fine. Like, you can start off with 2, 3, 4 bogeys in the first 4 or 5 holes. It doesn't matter. When you put that first double on the scorecard, you're just like, fuck.
Yep.
Like, it's going to take me so many good shots to make up for that. Like, I now have to, like, put together 4 really good holes to make up for that. Whereas if I just make 2 or 3 bogeys in a row, it's like, okay, if I make 2 or 3 pars, now I'm on pace to shoot like 80, and that's pretty good, and I'm in a good spot. If I make a birdie, all of a sudden they make up all those bogeys, and everything's fine. Whereas you make that first double, and you're like, dude, now, we're going to shoot 120 today. It's just so mentally devastating when you make double.
Yeah. It's no good.
Is anybody on here committed to keeping stats for the year? On the Gin app, you can go back through a round and say how many putts you made, if you missed the fairway left or right.
I just plug in my holes per like the actual score of the day.
Per hole.
So then like you can see your stats on like par 5s versus par 3s.
I mean, I would
I'm
love
like
to.
an average 5 on par 3s.
I would love to, but it's just it's a lot.
It takes only a couple minutes. Like I just ripped through I've only done 2 rounds, but the stats are interesting. Also, it keeps putting statistics, which I'm obviously more keen to. But yeah, it doesn't take a ton of time.
I would do it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like I played on this 2 rounds. You know, driving, I hit the fairway 57% of the time, green regulation 58% of the time. Thing that stinks is that I only 2-putt 69% of the time. And then I 3-putt 17%, 4-putt or worse 14% of the time, which is high.
Yeah, that's a high stat. Really high, but it checks out.
For these stats for me, par 3s, I'm an average 3.99. Okay. Par 4s, average 5.03.
You're a bogey golfer. I mean, that's
par
just
5s,
like really
5.61.
Okay, making a little money back on the bogey golf.
It's a 9.7 golfer right there.
That's just right down the gamut.
An average score of 88.1 in my last 20. Not good. It's not good. It's just not good.
It just could be better.
It's a lot of 94s. It's a lot of 94s.
You're a better athlete than that.
People's like, your handicap doesn't make sense. Fucking 94s all over the place, bitch.
Here's mine is par 3s 3.47.
Okay.
Par 4s 4.44. Par 5s 5.31. So we're basically the same on par 5s.
Yeah, you're like 0.3 better. No, it's not.
That's
really
just a better golfer. Like
better.
you play it all out. That's just a better golfer. It's just a little bit of a better golfer.
The crazy part is it's only like 0.3 per hole.
You know it adds up though.
It is incredible how it adds up.
Think about how many times for me that's a duffed chip or a bladed wedge that adds another 2. Like I would say from tee box to 100 yards, I'm right there with Riggs, no problem. I mean, come on, like all day. It's like driver, hybrid, 3-wood, whatever you throw at me. And then it's, man, I'd love to see the stats of where it dips down to where his escalates.
Your statistics in green regulation are going to be appalling. Those are going to be awful.
Who?
Frankie's.
He froze on us. Yeah.
His GIR, you think, would be really bad?
Really bad.
He also, like, his just general, I guess, like, his...
Because, like, he'll knock one up there and he'll hit a really good iron shot, but the times where he misses it by, like, 4, and then it takes him 3 more to get, like... I just think it's going to be really, really poor.
It wouldn't be his GIR, though. It would then be, like, his total...
His
like
saves.
His save percentage is like 0, and it might even be like, I don't know if it could be negative or something.
Right. It would be really bad in that.
I wonder if he can hear us talking shit about his game right now.
Just
frozen in some hotel
we were talking when we were, because me, Frankie, and Bug played a few holes at Old Hickory when the Classic was over. We went out and we played a few, and he was talking about, Frankie was like, his chipping is so bad that it puts a ton of pressure on not only his drive, but then also his iron shot. Because he's just like, because he would obviously rather hit a long iron than a wedge at this point. He's so bad with his chipping. So it just puts pressure on the whole game. He is great off the tee, but if you're already thinking about it, you're like, I got to put this in the fairway so I can have a shot at the green because I don't want to pull my wedge out. Your brain is like rotten in that way. You're just already thinking about it.
That is so true. It puts so much more. It makes every other shot infinitely harder because anytime you have pressure on golf shots, they're just way harder and you're less likely to hit it good. So yeah, he's standing on the tee or on the, if especially if he's looking at a pretty maniacal green where it looks like it kind of falls off and there's some tight areas. He's got like a 9-iron in his hand. He's like, I have to hit the green with this 9-iron.
Right.
I have to.
Yep. It's just a lot. So hopefully he gets that figured out.
I did the Classic. I told our buddy Eric Jacobs, the guy who owns J Bespoke Tea Daddy. We've talked about him a few times.
Yeah.
We played this weekend, and he's a member of Glen Oaks. The place is fantastic. Looks like Augusta. Greens are immaculate. I gave him the Classic. Like, game feels pretty good, and like my putting feels improved, and I feel confident over the ball because that was a big stressor. My game still is. And then I just went out there and had one of the Classic horrible putting performances of all time.
Have you thought about working with somebody, Lurch?
I would love to work with a putting coach. I will say, I think that place, though, because I've had such bad experiences out there, that I think I've got like PTSD about just looking at those greens. Because
it's everywhere. It's not those greens, dude.
No. Hold on. I've been putting better. That was a setback, but I have been better. I definitely, now I'm not going to say I couldn't use the help. I could definitely use some putting help. What
does your gin say your putts per round is?
I had 37 the other round. It said.
No, but I'm saying per. Does it have your? I wonder if it has your stats per putts per round.
Feels like something it would have.
Should, right?
It's gonna be. I mean, I
you might have to do the. You might have to do the advanced app. Something like
maybe
that.
I'll buy that actually. The advanced.
I know. I wonder if you have a buy option. I would just do that too, because this looks like it's a gray, like a softer font, which means you don't have it.
Yeah, I only have. It just says average putts per round. I guess putts 37. So I average 37 putts per round.
That is horrific,
dude. I bet you my round at Glen. Oh yeah, Glen Oakside 40 putts. Shot 81.
God, dude.
37 putts per round is horrific.
Do you have your number, Riggs?
That is not a Glen Oaks issue.
Do you have your number?
40 at Glen Oaks.
I'd love to know
GIR. Dude, I pounded the ball. Quickly. GIR, I had a 72% success rate on greens in regulation. I was just hitting it at all flags. Really good,
bro.
Dude. I was putting so many times.
40 putts and you shot an 81 is like, what's
also
happening?
You're delusional thinking that was like an outlier round if that's your average putts.
I mean, well, just a couple more. God.
That means at the ranch the day before I only took 34 putts. That's not
34 is horrible, dude. 34 putts in a round of golf is bad.
Well, put your stats in there. Let me show you how
mine doesn't. I'm trying to look, but mine I don't have it. Like, see, mine's just gray right here.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like not like it says 25, but that's not right because all these other ones say down here.
Right.
Like,
right.
Trying to look
right.
PG. Okay.
Oh,
average putts per round.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah, so there's PGA Tour average is 29 putts per round. The best putting average 27.76. So you are losing 5 shots on putting alone, just alone, and that would be when you had a good round, when you had 34 putts. So you're losing 8. You're losing 8. Really, if you're averaging 37, you're losing 8 shots just on putting. That's crazy town.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
That is crazy.
As a guy who said recently on this podcast that he wants to break 70 this year, you got to get the putting figured out.
Dude,
I think you should work with somebody. I'm sure you could just like figure it out because the rest of your game is really good.
If there's a putting coach in New Jersey, within an hour of Red Bank, I'll drive to you. Or if there's somebody else that I could fly to, I'm a traveler. You let me know. If you think you can fix me and get me down to like 34 putts around, better than that in 1 year would be awesome.
I had that guy came up to me at the Phoenix Open, and he told me he wanted to work with you on his putting. He's got like a studio in like the Jupiter area. I think it's not that far actually from Vero Beach where you go sometimes.
Oh,
We're gonna put you with that guy.
All right, I'll work with that guy, dude.
This guy said he had like a mysterious putting lab that like he doesn't even let people in there and stuff. So we're gonna let you talk to that guy.
All right, let me talk to him.
Frankie Borelli
has
returned.
Jake Bass sighting in there. I'm gonna.
I think it was Bug.
E-Bug.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking Marriott Bonvoy. You know what, too? I just gave them my first fucking account. I said, I'm a new fucking Marriott Bonvoy member. And they're like, oh, welcome to Marriott Bonvoy. And now the fucking Wi-Fi doesn't even work. It's crazy.
Get that enhanced Wi-Fi that they sell.
Yep, that's what I did. Where am I staying?
I'm here in E-Bug's room. You can't connect to the Wi-Fi, and then my phone Wi-Fi cut out. And there was just no options at that point. So now I'm back.
Great. Real quick, we're going to talk about these puppies that I got in my hands. You guys see these things? What are these?
Shady Rays.
Called?
Shady Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Got a pair right here.
Yeah, Lurch has got them. You got the custom ones?
That's right.
Ooh.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow, you look fancy there. Lurchy boy. So those of you watching on YouTube, you understand why we're making all these noises. Those of you that aren't, we're holding the Barstool Golf Limited Edition shades from Shady Rays, the Ventura frame. They're just awesome. They look really good. This finish is clean. They're one of those, they brighten up the course when you're out there. You know, you always get worried about wearing shades sometimes on the course. You're going to look, is it going to be, too much in terms of the shades? Is it going to be too dark? Is it going to have too much an effect where my vision and my feel and my depth perception doesn't feel right? Oh, no. These puppies we went through, we basically tested. We said we want to make sure we get the right ones for wearing on the golf course so that people's games are improved, not hurt or hindered by the exclusivity of our really cool shades. So that's what we went with. They're awesome. They're just really cool, the Ventura. So go check them out. You can go to shadyrays.com/foreplay. You can get 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. So yeah, you want to check out our customized ones. Obviously, the Barstool Limited Edition. They got the Barstool Golf script on the lens, and they also have on the inside of the frame. Is that what you call this? Frame?
Yeah.
Sunglass frame.
Yep.
They've got the B Cross T logo, which we need to come up with a better name for because it's too many syllables. And then
Script
the
B.
limited edition. Script B? Scrippy logo. Scrippy's a little weird. Anyways, go to Barstool Golf. Go to shadyrays.com/foreplay. You can check out many different pairs. You can get 50% off 2 or 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. You can also check out our very cool pair. You go to shadyrays.com/barstoolgolf. Go check them out while supplies last. Welcome back.
Got a man in my bed in my room.
Hey, Brandon.
Ooh,
So E-Bug.
leg up.
We had an E-Bug got in last night, right? 2 nights ago.
2 nights
E-Bug
ago.
was-
2 nights ago.
I talked to him about that, and I'll tell you where I talked to him about it. I was out on Long Island because we went and saw Nate Bargatze, the 3 of us.
Yeah, we did.
It
Oh,
was awesome.
wow. Was he incredible?
Yeah, dude. He was so
Dude.
good.
So I'm at the Paramount Theater. Nate Bargatze, we had the time of our lives, man. Just Huntington living. We had Trent out on Long Island. We had E-Bug. They came and see my place. We had Borelli's. It was the whole thing. It was a hell of a night, and Nate was just as good as advertised, man. I mean, we've seen him, Tennessee Kid, the whole thing. We've been watching him forever. The fact that he's that funny in person, he just lives up to all the hype with his new hour. It's just so good. He's so good.
Yeah, we had a really good time. Frank, you have a beautiful home. It's a beautiful
Thank you,
house.
Trent.
It was the
Thank
first time
you.
I'd been there. I hadn't been out to Long Island in a long time. But then, then we went to the show, and it was just so fun. Going to live comedy is the thing to do. I don't know. I don't know how, even if you're not a comedy fan, but if you're looking to do something and there's a comedian near you, there's somebody's coming to town, you have to go. I would say it's 25% funnier than watching it on Netflix or HBO or wherever you watch it. Just being in the room, being with all those people, laughing, slapping each other's arms. You're like, holy shit, he's doing
Trent
the
and I
thing.
smacked each other's legs a couple times.
Dude,
You just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, if there's live, if Nate's coming to, near you, or any of these comedians that are doing a million of dates now because places are reopening, go on a date, go see some comedy. I guarantee you will have a great time because we had a fucking spectacular time.
So good.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, Nate's fucking hilarious. And you got to see Frankie's home. Frankie's home's nice, eh?
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. It's an open floor plan. I don't know stuff about houses, but I just know that I liked what I saw when I walked in. No couch, not there yet, but
there's couch, man. So I called up these fuckers, and I won't name them by name, but I was like, listen, I know they gave me a date, and I'm like, there's no way you're getting it from the warehouse or whatever ship it's coming from that day. It's coming in earlier, and then you've now dedicated a date. And the lady's like, I don't know why you're talking to me like this. It's not like I'm the one who's driving the ship. I said, I understand. I'm going to lower my tone. We've just been standing for 5 months watching TV. I had my buddies over the other day and we're standing. And I know the world could be worse, waiting for a couch. And now I'm talking myself into me being a little spoiled brat when it comes to a couch. But listen, I paid for the thing. I just want it. All right? I want my couch. I'm gonna throw a fucking fit. I'm going to throw a fit.
The TV you hyped up on this show and to us in general, it lived up to the hype, man. It's a 4K, 8K, whatever it is, and we just put on a YouTube video of fish in the ocean, and it felt like the fish were coming at me. That TV is awesome.
And we had that argument at Barstool headquarters. You're like, there's no difference between a fucking $500 TV and a $1,000 TV. I said, yes, there is. Wait until I show you this video and how good this fucking TV is. It's insane. But dude, the couch is coming on Wednesday, tomorrow.
Let's go.
Only 4 pieces though. The other 3 pieces are still in China somewhere. So I mean, we'll
wait
wait for those, but we're on our way. We're on our way.
You got a spacious backyard there out on Long Island. It was I thought the house was great.
But then I come here to freaking Alabama and I talk to Dr. Brett McCabe and he starts talking to me about real estate down here. It made me want to flip the table over on him.
You got a great house. Just love the house that you have. It's
great property tax with someone in Alabama makes you want to fucking blow your head off. And then you want to talk about income taxes and stuff with people down here. It's nuts, man. He's like, oh, you guys give back that much money? It's like, shut the fuck up, doctor.
Whew.
You guys got into a hell of a conversation, huh?
Yeah, he's my psychologist now, so he's gonna start seeing a lot of me.
I'm a little bummed because we got cross country mortgage ad coming up, but we're kind of already. I mean, I don't know if we should just do it. I feel like we're kind of in the middle of just talking about property right
Well, I mean, Trent saw the product of cross country mortgage.
I did.
I started at my parents' house, and now I have my own house. And the only person or company that made that happen was cross country mortgage. You think me, an idiot, could figure out how to get a loan if it wasn't for these people that legitimately like went to school and and read many leather-bound books about real estate and mortgaging and loans and refinancing? I mean, I get an email every month about my house and the house next to me and the house across the street and the value of my street and how we're projecting in next year if you're looking to sell, if you're looking to stay, it's crazy. All the tools you get with cross country mortgage. If you're in the market to buy a house, refinance an existing loan, go to Cross Country Mortgage. They have cross country mortgages all over the place, or you can call their main center. I'm telling you right now, they're real people helping people.
Trent was raving about your home before you even came on. He's like, I know Frankie's got his thing and he's got the doctor. That's why he's got the doctor. And he likes to rant and rave, but his house is incredibly beautiful. It's awesome. It's a dream type home. I don't think it's any coincidence that Cross Country Mortgage helped that happen, helped that come to fruition. They got an average close time 21 days, which is ridiculously fast. They got a wide variety of loan types. Means they've got everything to cover everyone. They're giving away free Barstool and Cross Country Mortgage sweatshirts when you sign up to refinance or get pre-approval while supplies last. All you have to do is go to ccm.com/Barstool so Cross Country Mortgage can take care of you through the buying process. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Cross Country Mortgage is the greatest, so go work with them. Okay. We got to go through some quick talking points here. Tiger Woods. So Tiger Woods last week kind of went through the whole thing again from a month ago when it was Masters time. Rumors started to swirl that he's playing. The jet was fired up going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It arrives. Next thing you know, he's on property. He's hitting tee shots. A little different, which I loved, in that the club, Southern Hills, which I've been to, Southern Hills was just open for business. Like, all the members were there. They're just at the clubhouse, and Tiger fucking Woods shows up on the driving range, hitting balls, and then a couple minutes later just walks over to the first tee and tees off at your club while you're there having a club sandwich with your fucking wife. And you're like, oh my God, there's Tiger Woods teeing off. Within a hole or two, there's a helicopter flying overhead, people in the fucking trees with cameras. It was chaos all over again, but I liked it because we got all kinds of footage. Clearly, Tiger knows at this point what he's getting into, and he shows up at a place like Tulsa. But looks like our boy's going to play yet again another major championship, which would be 2 in a row. And I was watching people discuss Southern Hills. There's a big hill off the first tee and the 9th green, 10th tee, and the 18th green. But other than that, it's a pretty damn flat golf course, so apparently a way easier walk. It's going to be hot as balls. Tulsa, Oklahoma in 2007. It was like 110 degrees with all kinds of humidity. They're selling fucking Aquafina water bottles for like $20. Me and my brother were there. We didn't have any money. It was kind of bullshit. They should go to jail for it. But anyways, it was really hot there. I think that's good for Tiger Woods because we want it to be hot. But anyways, all things seems like systems go. Last time there was a major there, he fucking won the tournament. So I'm pretty hyped up again already, boys.
Price gouging, that's what they call that, right?
Price, they gouge the price for us.
It is.
Bullshit.
Tiger Woods, man, he's just every time he comes on the screen, he looks younger. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Robbie Mack and Joey LaCava are doing over there, but he looks limber. He looks like he's smiling. His face is like he's like almost de-aging. I watched a lot of Silicon Valley. They make jokes about how these billionaires like take the blood from younger people in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And like it's like blood transfusions and stuff. I don't know if he's doing any of that, but he looks like he's 20 years old. It's insane. These clips are nuts. He's got all this torque and he's walking up these hills. That hill would put Trent in a fucking hospital. I mean, the fact that Tiger Woods is walking up that thing with ease is insane.
Oh, like you're the most in shape person on the planet. Come on. I will say, when I was down in Georgia, it was hot and I was sweating, and JT had me in a bunker, and I was just like, oh man, like I'm in one right now.
Real quick, I'm down here in Alabama, and I'm just back in like that food like area of the world. Like we went to a walk-ons tonight.
Yeah.
And I just had fried gator and fried pickles and fucking just everything fried and gumbo. It was nuts. It's crazy. You can't get away from it down here. It's nuts.
I miss the South now with the type of food we've been eating. Like I want to make a trip down there and just eat food again, especially to New Orleans. But then like I'm in California. I just landed at the San Francisco airport, and there's a yoga room like in the airport, and it's like I'm not in New Orleans or Nashville anymore. No. I'm in a place where they care about what their bodies look like, and that's just not a place where I'm gonna fit in. Tiger Woods, he's playing golf again, and that's as much as we can ask for. Like, as big of the hype was huge around Augusta. We all watched the plane. Obviously, the hype was huge, or not as big, but people were excited to see him in Tulsa. But business as usual, all systems go. He's going to play. If he's going to play, he's got a chance to win. Boom, boom, let's go.
The helicopter, I mean, the hype is almost the same. The helicopter shot was crazy, I thought.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it was like they're when they follow a zebra trying to fucking run away from like a pack of wolves. I mean, it was like that was that same, because that's the only time footage ever looks like that, where they're so zoomed in to see it that every time the helicopter moves a millimeter, it like shakes the whole thing, you know. So you're kind of like, oh my god, this is. It almost felt a little icky that they were showing it from a helicopter, but kind of cool that he was just putting on a fucking green and they were just doing the zoom in thing from the chopper. So yeah, it was a wild scene. The audio. So there are a couple different things that came from it. One was the director of golf there who caddied for Tiger. He did a whole thing talking about what it was like, and he said Tiger was great. Tiger was really locked in, that he was pretty much all business, that he really liked a lot of the changes that Gil Hanse has made, with the exception of maybe one hole. But other than that, he really liked him. And then that turned into Used Golf Facts, who may or may not be Justine Reed, it's unconfirmed, quote tweeted or screenshotted the PGA of America tweeting out, that there's
Kevin Kisner on the show.
What's up?
29th ranked player in the world right there. Hey, Kiz.
Ain't no hobby.
What's up?
The hat on.
An IPA.
Shout out Anheuser-Busch.
Okay, you got your sponsors. I like it.
Really
What's
nice.
up?
What's up, fellas? Y'all good?
Yeah, you on the back porch here?
Yeah, man. I just wiped heinies and washed heads and threw them all in the bed and decided I'd come see what y'all had going on.
Wiping heinies, huh? That's just,
My favorite quote ever, Trent, was my buddy Drew Holcomb that plays music said, I'm ready to be, I don't have to wipe my kids' asses age anymore.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see how that wouldn't be a fun thing to do on a regular basis.
Just smell stank shit all the time.
How many more years of that you got, you think?
Well, the 7-year-old's out of it. 4-year-old not out of it, and I got a 1-year-old. So it sounds like about 5 more years.
Oh, you got Gold Man on your shirt there? You got Gold Boy? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I guess I'm announcing my allegiance on your podcast, huh?
I was going to ask you about that. I figured. Well, I wonder if you would do that if you didn't finish fourth and collect like $1 million that week.
But it could have been what, $2 million?
Yeah. That's a good
true.
point.
That little smirk after is ridiculous.
What'd you think?
Wow. Yep.
Smartass?
I said that little smirk after it could have been $2 million. And then you sit back all giddy. It was just disgusting.
Kids, I ran into our boy Webb Simpson, who was rocking his Ain't No Hobby hat again at the Cradle like last week.
Dude, I've been completely blown away at tour events down there in New Orleans. Frankie and Trent got to see it. People rocking hoodies and long sleeve tees as hot as balls out there.
Crazy.
Pretty proud of y'all's product. People, look at Frankie's rocking tonight. You hadn't taken that hat off in like a month.
No, never. It's my new go-to hat. And it's just like, Trent and I were talking about this in New Orleans. It's kind of weird because we put out like just so generic like Barstool golf stuff, and like we're so excited when that sells. And then obviously you're such a star on the PGA Tour, but for us, like it ain't no hobby like camo hat for our brand almost felt like niche. Like you had to know our podcast and you had to know, but it's fucking everywhere already.
Everywhere.
Like, so shout out to like the shipping department. How the fuck is it already at golf course? Like I couldn't believe. I was walking around being like, dude, how do you have that? And then like the guy behind him had that, and then like I'm like, what's going on? It's just out in the wild now.
I totally agree. Our man Q is all over it.
Crazy.
Quinn and the merch team. Everybody's excited about the shipping department except me. Whenever somebody bitches at Kiz, and he just tags me and goes, "Blame Riggs."
Yeah.
I go all in on that. I'll just start blame Lurch.
Yeah, that'll work.
We got dinosaur there. Kids are into dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was just seeing all the stuff I'm just sitting here that I haven't seen today, that I haven't gotten around to cleaning up yet.
I went down there and I saw our guy John Tillery last week. You and I talked a little bit about it at the Zurich. Have you? I mean, I'm sure you have. You've played with his kids, right?
Yeah, they're studs,
bro. Studs. First thing I did when I got down there, JT was like, "Let's play a few holes, and we'll just see where we're at, and the boys are gonna play with you." I was like, "Great." And they're just really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, they're really good. It's pretty easy when you listen to that shit all day long, isn't it?
I guess so. And they've got access to the bay and they can just go in there. Yeah, they're definitely using it because they're good, man.
Do you see what's written on all the boards? It's like Eli and Ethan's practice schedule. It's never Kiz's schedule. I'm like, bro, what do I have to pay to get on the board here?
He's also got a room tucked in the back where it's like got pictures of Tiger Woods hanging up, and I think he just takes them in there and it's like, maybe do that one time or two. And it's like it's a whole operation, man. It was fun playing with them because they're good guys, and it's like they're just good at golf.
Yeah, it's enlightening, I'm sure, to you to watch a 12-year-old just wax your ass up in the court.
It happened a couple times.
Yeah,
more than a few times.
Kiz, how often you lean on JT? Do you is it like every week you're showing him your action and getting feedback from him, or do you just go when you need him, or how's it work?
I don't get to go up there as much as I'd like anymore, just because my schedule between off-course shit, foundation, kids, like it's just busy. Like you text me 5 hours ago, I'm like, bro, tonight is not the night. But I'm sending videos back and forth to him a lot. And
videos changed everything, huh?
Brothers. He's like my little, or I guess he's older than me, but we're like twin brothers.
Well, that was the thing. On the first tee, I dropped an F-bomb and the kids were there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm sorry. And JT was like, "Kiz have to raise these kids. Like, they haven't heard. There's nothing they haven't heard. So you're gonna be just fine."
Right. My boy Eli, lost a match play yesterday on the 18th hole, and I called him and I said, "How did that make you feel, Eli?" And that's how I always like to find out if kids have. Because if they say it pisses them off, then they're in, right? Because then they want to work. And he was like, I said, all right, good. Now get to work, because the only way you can beat them is to get better.
Got to have that fire.
Trent, you and JT, y'all are like kind of soul brothers too, right? Because y'all like big teddy bears and like love people and don't say mean things.
Yeah, I was saying it before when we first got on. When we talked about the trip a little bit. Him and I, like going down there, it's like seeing an old friend that I've known for 2 decades. We really get along so well. We are pretty similar in terms of our personalities. So it's just whenever I'm down there, it's easy. It's very easy. He's very nice. He teaches me things. He tells me things all the time, but he's not an asshole at all about any of it. We just kind of work on it, and we are very much, I think soul brothers is a good way to put it. I could not have picked a better guy to work with for what I'm trying to do with this whole thing.
Yeah, and he's not going to get mad at you if you don't go practice, and he's still going to take you in 6 months when you tell him you hadn't practiced in 6 months.
That was the thing. That was one of the main things that we talked about when I first got there. I was like, I'm going to practice more this time around, and because he's not going to be mean, right? But I could feel over the text messages when I was like, we're going to come down there, we're going to work again. He's like, all right, yeah, we just, are we sure we got 100 in the bag? Like, what's going to be the situation when you get down here? So I can feel that. So I know this time around, I just got to practice more, because I was saying this earlier in the podcast. I don't want to disappoint John Tillery. That's the last thing I want to do. It's the last thing anybody wants to do, because he's the nicest guy in the world. So that is going to drive me to practice more.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Does he get mad at you for not practicing?
No, he gets mad at me for overworking.
Yeah,
like
not to
doing it.
Yeah, not to pump Kiz's tires, but when I asked JT about Kiz, he's like, he works his fucking ass off. He even said, he's like, he's got the entire world fooled with how hard he works, how much he cares. It's all, the kids that we see, the kids that we love, the kids that's on this podcast. But then, like, when it gets down to it, you're a fucking grinder.
Ain't no hobby.
Yeah, 5'10", 155 pounds and play the tour.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have a good year too.
Decent year, yeah. Got to pay for all these kids.
So what?
Kids are expensive, eh?
So you have JT. Like, what is because your swing better than I've always wondered this. Like, your swing better than anyone. You're a professional golfer. You're one of the best on the planet. Like, what does JT help you with that like you just can't figure out or see yourself?
Well, what changes from the range to the course, right? Like, what I always want to know is why I hit a shitty shot in a big situation. So that's right. We all fall back to our old habits when we feel pressure or nerves or anxiety, like you do when you stand over a chip, right?
Right.
If you did the proper motion when you flushed it when you were anxious, you wouldn't scull it. But we go back to our old habits. So I always want to know what the big difference is when I hit a shitty shot to when I'm striping on the range and he loves it. So I know what to focus on when the pressure's on. That changes. Right?
Is your big miss? Sorry.
So recently, like, my big deal is like my arms are going faster than my turn in the backswing when I'm hitting it shitty. Like the range, they're all synced up. I turn, arms stay together. And then he sent me some, I think Hilton head, like arms were here and chest was still pointing at the ball, right? So that's so hard to time up when this is holding on to the club and this hasn't done anything yet. So that's what I've been working on lately.
How different is your swing now from when you first turned pro?
Dude, I never really had a lot of lessons in life. Like, my dad was kind of a grinded out athlete dude that he wasn't going to fly me around and take me to get lessons from all these people. He was like, just figure out how to beat people. So I didn't realize how bad I sucked until I got on tour. Like, holy cow, these guys hit it way better than me. And then I started hitting it really shitty and flew to JT's, and that's when I realized how bad my swing was. But I just figured out a way to hit it around and beat people. I can't imagine what some people thought of my swing when I first got on tour.
Just like, look at it. Did you feel self-conscious about it?
Do I?
Did you at the time?
No, because I didn't know how bad it was, right? Because I just played. But then when I played with other players, and I was like, I can't hit that shot. I was like, okay, I need somebody to help me.
Are there still, like, in terms of shot making and shot shaping, there's just a lot of chatter, I feel like, that, with the technology, the ball, the clubs, everything, the ball just goes so much straighter now. I mean, is like shot shaping, I mean, obviously if you have to go around a fucking tree, that's one thing, but is shot shaping and having all the different shots in terms of your irons and approaches into green, is that a huge part of it still, or are you just trying to mostly hit it straight in the right distance?
I mean, everybody curves it a little bit, right? The ball doesn't curve nearly as it did when I first got on tour. And most people like to curve it one way or the other. But when you get into majors and you get into very difficult setups, having the ball spinning towards the hole is very helpful. And I think you see why Scotty Scheffler's been so successful is he can curve it both ways. I'm all for hitting your shot, but I mean, there's just certain situations where you got to be able to move it both ways. And that's how you take distance off the ball. You add distance to the ball. I don't hit a cut much, but if I got to take some distance off, I know I can hit a cut, which probably falls to the left for most people, but it looks like it fell to the right for me.
Yeah, it's so fascinating because we had like a week and a half ago. We were at Pinehurst, and our boy Thomas, who caddied for us when we played the 4-man scramble, he had caddied for Tiger, I think in 05, like 2 weeks before the U.S. Open. He caddied 36 holes for him, and he said over those 36 holes, Tiger had one yardage that was like 173 or something. He had one yardage 6 different times, and he hit 6 completely different shots and different clubs into that yardage every single time.
Yeah, you just never know, man. It's all about the conditions and how you're going to get the ball to feed closer to the hole.
What a different world. You guys aren't even playing not only the same game, the same sport, the same approach, the same. I mean, we were just talking before you came on about how, like with our shortcomings in our game, how it puts so much pressure on the other parts of our game to the point where, like, we know if we miss a green, we just can't make pars ever. So then it makes our approach shot where we're standing there with a 9-iron from 144 being like, I have to just hit the green here. That would be amazing if I hit the green.
So different.
That's a way to dial into a small target there, Riggs.
Please get it. Dude, and when it hits a green, you're like, yes, I should be able to make par from there. It's just imagine being able to spin it the right way into a whole location. I mean, I don't know. It's just it makes sense, but it's just so different. It's such a different level. I think a lot of people wouldn't understand that.
It's like you asked me what I hit from 147. I'm like, no clue. I got to know a lot more than that. Are we at sea level? Or is there no wind? What's the temperature? How far greens? Where's the pin? Right or left?
You have all that information like locked and loaded, just like internally. You just know sea level 147 into the wind is a certain shot, certain swing, certain ball flight.
Fact. Depending on where the hole location is and how firm it is, where you want to land it, how much you think it's going to release.
Gosh, just so much information. It's crazy. What are we talking about? Like, we're not thinking of any of this stuff.
Do you get that information from like the launch monitor or whatever, like early in the week? So you're like, is that the one thing you're like focused in on early in the week of just distances or no?
Nah, man. I like if we're playing at altitude or if it's cold weather really hurts the golf ball. But I can't, like, if you take me out there on the range right now, I can hardly hit an 8-iron 155 yards. But you could go put me on the first fairway at 165 and I can fly it right next to the hole. It's just, I just don't have the momentum or the anxiety to make me swing faster, I guess, or whatever. And it's crazy. So I think finding my distances on the range is pretty much worthless.
Huh.
I watched a video with 2 interesting characters, Nick Faldo and Bryson. It was like a couple months ago, and they were basically playing. They were doing
a bet.
I was down I was in the. I think that's what they call the dark web, the dark internet.
Yeah.
I had to send someone some crypto just to watch it, but
Okay, all right, yeah.
They the thing that I've talked about this on the pod, but the thing that I found really interesting was they were doing like a contest on hitting multiple clubs 160 yards and like who can get closest to the pin. And the difference between what Bryson does and what Faldo did was like all like Faldo's old school where he's like, all right, I take like now I'm gonna take it was the same club, different distances, right? He's like, I'm gonna take it now and I'm gonna release and chicken wing my arm to get 5 yards off. And Bryson's like, no, I just take it to 9:35 p.m. So it was like, it was insane. You know what I mean? So like, what do you do? Do you have like do you do the clock system? Do you like use your arms? Do you chicken wing? Do you have like more of the Faldo? Like what's your style?
I use the grip, man. I choke up on the grip. So I basically claim that if my left hand's all the way on the end of the grip, like you grip a driver, if you move that and there's 1 inch in there, that's 5 yards. That's going to go shorter.
Fucking awesome.
And then if I go with my right hand, where it's all the way at the bottom of the grip, if that makes sense, to the metal, then I know that's 10 yards. But then the ball's going to come out lower in the trajectory, so I got to move my ball up in my stance to hit it higher if I need it to stop. So then I'm not going to draw it as much, so I got to aim straighter.
Goes back to that practice. You know what I mean, T-Daddy? You got to be practicing to get
but
all this
down. At least
that's
the system, Lurch. Like,
yeah.
You don't have
right. No,
100%. I can follow.
We've got nothing.
No, totally. I get the system, but like what he just reeled out there in 30 seconds was like, you don't get there with just we're never getting there with our
No, but at
approach.
least it's something you could somewhat mimic. Like, at least now, like, I know that if I need to take 5 yards off a club, like, maybe I have a chance.
Yeah. Well, see, like Brian Harmon was asking me the same question at Augusta. We were playing like the week before the Masters or maybe a Masters practice round. And on 12, the first day we played, it was like 156 yards to that front left pin, which is an awkward yardage for most pros because it's taking a lot off an 8-iron. And then 9-iron you can't quite cover for most normal pros like Brian and I. And so he's like, man, I hate this shot. Like, I know if I swing full, my 8-iron's going over the green, but I know I can't cover with a 9. Then I try to lay off of an 8 a little bit, and I block it every time. And I'm like, dude, just choke up an inch and swing it the same. He's like, what? Really? And then he striped it in there to like 6 feet. He's like, holy shit. Talking about the same thing. I'm always asking him about chipping because I'm like, dude, how do you do that? He just looks like he picks his hands up like this and just flips them in there. So there's no system for everybody.
Sounds like that might be, though.
I wish I could tell you that when y'all choke up an inch, you're going to take 5 yards off your ball.
No, that's, yeah. Not
I'd be more worried about blading it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You choke up an inch and you don't stay down, then the thing just fires like a missile 100 miles over the green.
Like, do you change your spine angle then if you're choking? You have to, right? Your back is more.
You got to be bent over another half inch.
I mean, not really. Come on. A little bit. But if y'all are worried about your spine angle, then we're not worried about our 5 yards.
Oh, shit, so true. Spine angle. Who am I to talk about spine angle? Holy
I remember.
I've never heard you talk about spine angle before. It's the first time I've ever heard you bring that up.
Well, I didn't want to say like you're hunched over. I wanted to use some sort of term.
That was nice. That was a nice
Yeah.
term. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the ultimate giveaway? Our friends at TaylorMade Golf, who we love, we're TaylorMade athletes, are teaming up for the ultimate season opener sweepstakes, giving away 50 prizes to 50 different winners. Prizes include everything from a grand prize, full bag of TaylorMade clubs, to a new stealth driver, to TP5X golf balls, and everything in between. Now through May 10th, go to TaylorMadeGolf.com/BarstoolSweeps to enter and celebrate the season's first major and the unofficial start to the golf season. Obviously, celebrating the first major was great. We got another major coming up. We got all kinds of good prizes that you would like to have in your possession, in your golf bag. Do yourself a favor. This is running across a bunch of podcasts, so make sure you tell them that Foreplay sent you. You heard it from us. We are Foreplay. That's what you're listening to. Go to TaylorMadeGolf.com/BarstoolSweeps right now for your chance to win big. You're going to want this stealth driver. You're going to want a full bag of clubs. You're going to want TP5Xs. So TaylorMadeGolf.com/BarstoolSweeps right now for your chance to win big. The Barstool Classic, and we played, speaking of you not having, speed and understanding that, I remember in the very first fairway, you kind of looked at me after hitting, I think, your first iron shot of the day, and it was like 7 a.m. Obviously, we've been up late. It was cold, the whole works. And you just said to me, yeah, it's going to be one of those days I have no speed, zero, none. We didn't do any warm-up. So I'm going to take my yardage, exactly the club it should be, and I'm just going to go one club less, and I'm just going to swing. And you did that the entire day, and you shot, I think, 8 under 64. But you did that the entire day. You literally did not at any moment try to force anything or do any other calculation. You got it down to the exact club you're supposed to hit, 7-iron, and then you just hit 6-iron. You did that the whole day.
And then it went right next to the hole.
It was incredible. And I had, for an amateur, everyone wants to think okay, I've got 177. This is my 7-iron. I could get my 7-iron there all the time, baby. And no one ever wants to think oh yeah, I should just take one more club because I don't have the swing speed today. Nobody has the lack of ego to do that. That's an amateur. You all want to think you can hit it X far.
The other funny thing about amateurs is you've hit one 7-iron 177 yards, not 19 out of 20. So why don't we stick to the majority? You hit a 7-iron 67 yards, and that one time you might be 30 feet past the hole.
No, you'd rather do the one time, get it right out of 20 than
I probably can count on one hand in how many, I've been on tour 12 years, play 30 Pro-Ams a year, so 360 Pro-Ams I've played in. I can count on one hand how many times the amateurs hit a solid shot past pin high.
Fuck. God.
It just never happened.
Golf's hard, man. Fucking hard game.
Shit back there or something, like your ball's going to get eaten by a pterodactyl if you go 1 yard past the hole or something. I never.
So we got to talk about the Masters. Tiger Woods. You played with him on Saturday. Obviously, we were hyped up. That was like a dream pairing for us. Do you get hyped up for anything like that, or do you not even really care?
Man, the crowd and the energy always brings you hype. I love playing with Tiger. That's the first time I think I've ever played with him in competition. But I love the way he goes about his business. I love the way he prepares. I love the way he grinds. And, you know, he likes to shoot the shit like anybody else. Obviously, we weren't playing great and we were freezing our asses off that day. But we still had a good time. He's still struggling with his leg. So hopefully that gets better. But did I text you any stories? I remember I thought I'd text you. I can't remember shit now, but I feel like I text you some stories I told you I need to tell them next time on the podcast, or did I not?
The only thing I can really remember is I text you that morning, just, you know, Godspeed today, and you said God needs to figure out a way to bring some warm weather today.
Yeah. It was.
I think that was pretty much the only thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, the hype, the fact that it's Tiger Woods there at Augusta. I can't believe that was the first time you guys actually played together in competition. I know you've obviously done practice rounds together.
I don't know. I know it's the first time at Augusta. I don't know if we ever played on tour anytime other. But he's been hurt like my whole career. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't get to play with him when he was kicking everybody's ass in 08 and 2000. I was young buck still in college.
You like, even when you play with him, even if he's kind of playing like shit, you ever try to, are you trying to pay attention at all to what he's doing, try to take anything away from it since he's got his record, or are you kind of in your own world?
Nah, I'm in my own world doing my thing. That day, dude, it was like survival that day. I mean, it's 55 degrees blowing 25 out of the north. There wasn't a whole lot of watching. We're just trying to survive, figure out how to make a par on every hole. He did hit one of the top shots I've ever seen that day, though, on that 7th hole. I don't know if y'all saw that one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
All time, hang your nuts on front of everybody. I am still the GOAT shit right there. Winds blow
through the shot.
A fatted the fuck out of a wedge in the middle of the 7th fairway to that front pin, and is blowing 30 downwind, and he's short of the front bunker like 25 yards, and the pin's literally like 3 on, and it's blowing 20 downwind. I'm like, dude, this guy can't hold the green here. He takes a full swing flop that lands pin high, takes one hop past the hole, and spins back to 3 feet. Like, run it back from 25 yards, blowing 20 downwind. That's insane, bro. Insane. Nobody on earth can do that shit but him.
Dewey hit me up about that. Dewey said afterwards, I was like, what was it like out there today? Dewey's like, I don't know, man, but I saw him hit a shot on 7 that I've never seen any human being hit in my life.
Really? I don't even know if Dewey and I talked about it afterwards, but I was like, holy fuck. I could hit that shot. I'd probably just strip down and run around with my balls banging out.
Good old Tiger Woods. And then obviously the match play. You like that course in Austin, it seems. It's weird because every year going in, people seem to not want to pick you again because you got to get through the group and the format and all the bullshit. And I feel like if they just played every tournament on that course, Kevin Kisner might be the leading money winner in the history of the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I can do it around there. I've already petitioned the board to give me a membership out there. I need to come make it my home track, I think.
Match play. Do you have any different approach to match play?
Yeah, I like eating people's souls, man. That's where you can eat people's souls.
Love that.
Yeah, I can eat their soul that day. I don't have to. It's just, if I play 155 other guys, I can't eat all of their souls, but I can eat your soul that day.
Probably comes from the way you just said your dad played the game. He was athletic and just going out there and beating people. You just go out there and just beat the other guy. It's the only opportunity to get a chance to do that one-on-one.
It's so fun. My favorite thing in match play is to kind of hit a shitty drive, kind of hit a shitty approach, hit an average chip to 8 feet, and they striped it to 12 feet, and they miss it, and you make it. Like, fun. They get so mad at that shit. That's called eating their soul. Like, it just eats a little bit each time.
Just a little nibble here and there of their souls.
Oh, when like a Riggs and me match, and but it's like for bogey that we both make, but that's pretty much the way it goes down. Kills me every time.
There's been a lot of times that I've gone to like a caddy that we've had when Lurch has had 15 feet for birdie and I've had like 8 feet for bogey, and I've been like, we're gonna tie this hole, I guarantee it. It happens.
It happens, and I'm infuriated. I can't even see. I can't even look.
He was just, Kiz, we were just looking at our stats. We were just looking at our stats on the Gin app, and Lurch's average putts per round for the year. Lurch, tell him what it is.
37, and then I had 40 putts the other day and shot 81.
And he said it's just one course that he has bad history on the greens.
Dude, I was hitting it well.
Lurch, you ought to just quit.
Honestly,
just, literally
100%.
just ball. It's just rolling a ball.
I get, Kiz, I did the classic too because I've been feeling better about it. Maybe it was a tip through you, but Frankie said it a couple times, like holding like a dead bird as the putter, or like maybe holding a bird but keeping it alive, but keeping your hands just really relaxed in the grip. And I've been doing that. I've killed the bird. Basically, I've killed this bird. That's now my putter grip. But I've been doing more relaxed hands. And I told him, like, pre-round, I'm like, putting's getting better. Game's coming around. Starting to feel pretty good. I think, like, maybe a low 70, like, is in my future of play. And I sucked. I mean, I had 40 putts. I think I had two or three 4 putts. I think I had 2, 3 putts. It's a nightmare. I only 2-putt like 70% of the time. 69% of the time is a 2-putt.
Beside that, how do you get your background to be all weird and just your dome all in my face every time you talk?
You don't like it this close, Kiz? Come here, sweetheart.
It's so weird that you have that background. It's just odd.
It's just always like just different than us, you know? It's just one thing. It's just...
No, because sometimes you have like a messy room, you know, you don't want to show it off.
It's okay. I also like that we have one of the best putters on the planet, and Lurch is like, isn't it like holding a dead bird? Isn't it like holding a bird? It's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I'm sure, I mean, Kiz is just like, I don't know, man. It's just, that's probably Kiz not doesn't listen to us. No, I wouldn't either. We can't be, I sometimes feel bad that we're dumping bad things into his brain when he comes on this show. It's just like, just don't think about anything we say to you afterwards because you're doing all right.
Probably invigorates him. He knows
I'm not worried about putting.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be worried if I were you either.
Help him, he'll reach out.
You gonna teach me?
We're saying he needs to find help, like serious professional help with his putting.
Hey, Nick, did I read Frankie went to go find professional help today?
Yeah, I got my first session tomorrow. I'm down here in Alabama right now. Sports psychologist, Dr. Brett McCabe.
I love his ass.
Dude, he's a funny guy, and he's also just like perfect for what I'm doing because he's like gonna tell me exactly how it is, and he's a competitive guy too. So he said tomorrow's gonna be exhausting.
Yeah, you know what I love about him? I asked him why he got into sports psychology a long time ago, and he was a pitcher at LSU. Him and I talk all the time on the range. But I was like, "Why did you get into sports psych if you were one of the best pitchers in college baseball?" And he's like, "Because I sucked because I didn't believe in myself, and I wanted to figure out why my little brain told me I sucked before I pitched, even though I knew I was really good."
Yeah. No, he's that's exactly what he said to us. And then he also had the same mentality as you, where he was like, when I was a pitcher, he was explaining that there's different types of people, like athletes. Like there's certain guys like a chameleon was like someone that like no matter like he'll always be changing depending on his surroundings or how he woke up that day, he'll be a different type of person. But then there's like the guys like him that are almost like soul eaters, where he was like a soul sucker on the mound, where he looked at the batter and he's like, I don't want to just strike you out. I want to like end your career because like you're out here trying to take money from me, and I want to embarrass you so bad that like for you stepping into that box, you're trying to take away my life. Like I need to strike you out and like strike you down. And it was really interesting. Like he said, like that's a certain type of athlete, and like the way you're describing match play, it really lines up with. I forget the name he called that. It was like a soul eater or something. That's what you said.
I can't remember. Did he tell you? Why did he change from that? I can't remember.
I'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's my first session. I'll be one of the questions I ask him. Maybe I'll put him on the fucking seat.
Yeah, exactly. He told me the reason. I just can't remember the story, and I don't want to mess it up on here. Always, you're going to meet with him tomorrow. But he told me
that in the video.
Maybe he got injured. Maybe that was it. And then when he came back from injury.
You seen enough of in Frankie's game to think he can straighten himself out, or is he lost cause?
Dude, I've told you from the get-go, Frankie has all the tools. He just got to figure out how to do it better. Like, if y'all four were hitting balls, I would pick him to shoot the lowest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There
you go, Frankie.
Makes me feel really good and then also really shitty.
Let's go, Frank.
Right. But, like, you hit some impressive T-balls. Like, on plane, push draws, 270 down the middle. But then after that, it just falters.
Yeah, I was saying I played the other day.
Do everything. It's not like you look weird. Like Riggs looks weird, Lurch looks weird, Trent just got body issues.
That's frustrating. It's like the other day I hit one, like I was saying, like maybe 15 feet off the green on a par 3, just pulled it a little right. May have even been the wind, and I made a 7. I chunked a wedge, bladed a wedge, got it on the green, 3-putt or whatever it was, and just walked off the green. Like, that's a quadruple bogey. It's a 7 on a par 3, and just match over, down 3 with 4 to go. Just like everything about it was just, why did I just do that? And I know I'm a human being. I know how to chip a ball. I know how to get the ball onto the green. I've done it on practice ranges.
So did you reach out to Brett, or did y'all do like a Barstool collab?
No, so I went to this guy on Long Island, this like local pro, and like we were just talking. And he's like, yeah, he's kind of saying the same things you do. He's like, I like your action, man. He's like, I can't imagine why. He thought it was a bit that like I just do it just for like the content,
right?
And because you can't really tell like on a simulator, like it's just like there's no way. And he's like, I gotta get you with this guy Brett. And Brett knew right away. Like, Brett's like, I was talking to Brett about, like, I was like, I don't wear shorts on the golf course because I don't like my kneecaps. He's like, all right. He's like, we'll talk tomorrow. He's like, he's like, you got more problems than chipping, dude. He's like, this is a fucking.
Right. At some point, he's just going to drop the sports part. And he's going to be your psychologist. And that's just going to be everything.
I was like, I wear hats. I don't like to show my feminine forehead. I wear pants because I don't. He's like, what, dude? He's like, what are you talking about? I just chipped the golf ball. What are you talking about?
I tell you. As many people as call you guys idiots, and I always defend you, I'll tell you that. But, like, Trent lining up with JT and you lining up with Brett McCabe, y'all are just nailing combos so far. Brett's awesome. And Trent and JT will be, like, long-lost best friends forever. We got to figure out what Lurch and Riggs are going to do. But
no, I remember when we met, when we were down in New Orleans for Zurich, Brett was on the range, and I talked to him a little bit, and he worked with Frankie a little bit, which was funny to watch. But then when we were in the car afterwards, I was like, that's the way that Frankie was talking about Brett was the way that I was talking about JT when we got done. It's like, it just works. Those two get it. They understand what we're trying to do with, we want to get better and we want to make these videos, and it just all works. And Brett is perfect for that.
No doubt.
And Kiz, how funny is it that he works with Billy Horschel, who we've said is like a complete lunatic on the golf course, but then it's like I couldn't find a better guy that works with Billy Horschel, and now he's gonna work with me. But like everyone else says, Billy Horschel's the greatest human being that's like ever walked the earth off the golf course. He's like just the nicest guy. So I need to meet Billy Horschel. Is what I need to do.
Yeah. Best friends.
We owe Billy a podcast. Billy, I messaged him with him. He said he would love to come on the show, so we got to have him on the show soon.
Y'all may be on the podcast for hours.
Hours?
Yeah, true.
He loves to talk.
That's nice. It's an audio show.
Do you prefer guys to play with that like to talk, or you like people to shut the hell up?
Dude, I'm kind of in my zone. I don't really pay attention. I played with Billy since college. He played at Florida. I played at Georgia the same time. We've been playing together for 20 years now, which is crazy to think. But I just play with him we get paired together a lot. So I have to listen to it. Like, you want me to tell you a funny story about Billy is in New Orleans in the Pro-Am, I'm playing with these 4 Cajun guys, or 3 Cajun guys. And the dude introduces himself on the first hole as Patrick or something like that. I think his name is Patrick. And on the second tee, he hits a terrible shot and says, "Oh, Billy," as soon as he hits it. I was like, oh, weird. I thought his name was Patrick. So we go down, and then he finds it, tops it again, says, oh, Billy. And I was like, dude, I thought you said your name was Patrick. He said, oh, it is, but I'll tell you a funny story. My wife and I watch golf a lot on Sundays, and this one guy named Billy Horschel is always on TV, and as soon as he gets it, he always says, oh, Billy. So my wife's always in the kitchen, and she always hears, oh, Billy. And she asked me, what the hell is that? And I said, oh, he hit a bad shot. He just says, oh, Billy. So now every time we fuck up in anything in life, we say, oh, Billy.
I like that.
No way.
Oh,
that's
Billy.
amazing. I think I might take that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be the new foreplay thing. Oh, Billy, every time we do something stupid.
Oh, Billy.
We have never really talked about your college day. I mean, you guys won the NCAA championship. I don't think we've ever really talked about that.
We were studs, man.
You guys were sick.
But you know when we were really good is the year after we won the national championship. 2006, Harmon came in, I guess, the fall of 2005. And then, so we had Harmon, Todd, Chris Kirk, myself, and Richard Scott, who was a stud, my roommate in my freshman year from Canada, who shot even par every round. So you always had even par when you started, no matter what. We could play Inverness or the easiest course in the world. He shot even par.
That's nice in college golf. That add to your squad.
Playing the U.S. Open.
The format was different then, right? Now they do all the match play. Did you guys do a lot of match play then?
No, we played all stroke play.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you guys play any match play tournaments?
I think we used to play one, but it wasn't that big a deal back then. Now SECs are match play and the national championship are match play.
A lot better for TV.
But I feel like in 2006 when Harmon was there, we won every tournament except nationals, or pretty much. It was a joke. We had to go out to like Seattle or some shit to play nationals, and we were like, what is this Poana grass? This is terrible.
That's really changed for you. I can tell you've come around on it.
Yeah, I've really figured it out 20 years later.
I'm always annoyed that there's not a match play major. I just feel like everyone plays match play. Everybody that goes out on their weekend golf should play match play because it's obviously, quicker. You're not putting out, you're not doing medal play. I wish the PGA Championship was a match play event.
PGA Championship. And we could wear shorts during it. That'd be sick.
It'd be hot as balls in Tulsa, eh?
It's going to be hot. Big hot.
Big hot. Well, they let you wear them in the practice rounds now, but not the tournament. Is that right?
At the PGA, they do, yeah. Did you hear that Taylor Gooch showed up on Monday at Augusta in shorts?
No.
No, that's so good.
They made him wear rain pants.
Oh. Fuck.
That's incredible.
I heard it. I was like, that's so good. I guess it was his first Masters. I didn't keep up, but I mean, every week we wear shorts, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I imagine he's just like, yeah, I'm wearing shorts on Monday. Rolled out there, and he got all the way to the range, I guess. And then the pro came over, was like, we need you to put on pants.
And the only thing they could get him was rain pants, or was that just punishment?
No, I guess that's all he had in his bag because his clothes were with him.
What a horrifying moment for a guy to have to come up to you and be like, hey, you got to put pants on. Just like, oh
God.
Worst place to get in trouble.
So good.
I wish I would have known that. I would have bet against him hard that week. They got rattled from. Are you kidding me? You can't fucking walk around Augusta after that. You got a target on your back.
I guess you got T14, so you would have lost money on that. You settled in and played pretty damn well.
I would have definitely lost money on that. So right on in there. How about the team event? You guys, what?
How did Lurch just know that Gooch finished T14 in the Masters? That was pretty impressive.
World Wide Web. Yeah, just a little quick.
Got to be looking at that.
Yeah, don't give him too much credit there. He can use a computer. That's good.
You can use a computer and black out your background. You're amazing.
Thank you. You're so kind, Kevin.
Tech company guy. That's what they're forward thinking.
I got a taser in the other room, Kevin. If you're not careful, I might light your back up. You know what I mean?
I would love to tase you, Lurch.
I've been tased. I'll be tased again.
Oh, let's do that. Let's let Kiz tase you. If he wants to do it, let him do it.
What?
I want to tase you like in that movie. What's the movie where they tase him in the forehead?
Hangover.
You get tased, yeah.
He said he wanted to tase you.
Yeah, I mean, like, Jump off a bridge.
You said you've done it before? I got a heart issue. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, no, you'll be fine. T, you'll be fine.
Dude, I think I would die.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be perfectly fine.
I don't think I would clear the medical. I don't think
Dude, it was the most impressive technology ever. 5 seconds later, I was fine. It's honestly insane.
It's not about the after. It's about when the electric current is going through my body.
Yeah, but it's really not bad. It's just like, it's basically, you ever had stim? It's like that times 1,000. It's basically just doing like 1,000 calf races in like 5 seconds. So your muscles are sore at the end, but you feel fine. Like the next day, you're like, dude, I just ran a marathon or something. But that's it. It's crazy.
I'm out on it too.
It was amazing. So I'll get tased again. Not by Kisner though.
Frankie's hotel Wi-Fi has just been beating him to death this episode. It's winning. Not
furious with
a guy who he's going to be rattled going in tomorrow, which I guess is a good thing.
I'm just amazed they have Wi-Fi in Alabama.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. There we go. Now we're going.
But Alabama, Frankie, roll tide.
It's fucking place, man. Jesus.
Maybe Brett can upgrade the hotel Wi-Fi.
I know. The Marriott Bonvoy, man. I'm mad that I gave them my Marriott Bonvoy number tonight because they were like all excited that I became a member of Marriott Bonvoy, and this has just been a dog shit fucking experience.
Man, you're not really coaching them up like Prez has the last couple of days with this Four Seasons.
How insane is the Four Seasons thing, man? God, that one room. I mean, both rooms, but the one in New York was nuts.
That's maybe 10 million times better than my apartment.
Yeah.
If we're putting a number on it, I think 10 million's right. It's so nice.
I felt like that's a fair number.
Are you in the little like outdoor air, like a kitchen area at your house right there? What is that?
Yeah.
It's a nice thing that you guys got going on down there. Because when we went down and stayed at oh, look at that!
Damn, dude. Oh, that's really nice.
Watching the break. Hot as shit though, and there's bugs everywhere.
Yeah, it's just a real nice area.
Yeah,
with Tommy, our boy Tommy Wyatt's place had one of those. We were walking around, we're like, this is sick, but you have one too.
Tommy Logistics.
Logistics.
One as nice as they come, that Tommy Logistics.
I mean, how nice of a guy. He just puts you up on a random whim 2 days before in Augusta week.
And our towels and our pillows had his like family crest on them. I'm like, this is the nicest room ever to just throw someone in. Like he's like, yeah, you guys can crash here. Like we got some room for you. Like, all right, I'm gonna probably sleep on the floor somewhere on like a couch. Dude, the freaking towels had like W's in script written on them, and like it was a gold toilet, and like the water tasted good coming out of the faucet. It was insane.
Just remember one of you texted me Masters Week and were like, hey, you don't happen to know Tommy Logistics Wi-Fi password, do you? I was like, I don't go to Tom Wyatt's house like 4 minutes away from mine and ask him what his Wi-Fi password is.
Dude, the best part was you knew it. I think you texted it to me right away.
I texted his wife because you were like, I'm like, just ask him. And you were like, he's not here. He's not responding to text. So I texted his wife and she fired back immediately.
That's right. Yeah, like we didn't even tell you where we were staying. I was just like, do you know Tommy Logistics Wi-Fi password? It's like Masters Week on Tuesday night. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
You're literally like 1/2 a mile from my house. What are you talking about?
Man. More sweepstakes, more winners, okay? We're talking about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We love Myrtle Beach, don't we, fellas? We've all been to Myrtle Beach at this point.
Love Myrtle Beach. Love the vibes there. Just a great little beach town. I mean, just the tourist attractions, the weather, the golf, the restaurants, the bars, everything about it. I'm a Myrtle Beach fan.
Me too.
It's like a playpen for older people that want to golf, have a good time, go to the beach.
Really?
Steakhouse.
Go-karts,
like,
movies, steakhouses,
awesome. Right.
Golf carts, wind sailing, a whole thing. It's like no matter.
Wind sailing?
Yeah, back it up.
No, that's cool. I would be bad.
They gotta have wind sailing.
Hold on, sailing or wind sailing?
Like
wind sailing, both.
Well, that's on both.
I'm thinking of the thing where like it's like the parasailing, where you hold on to the parachute.
Okay.
Oof.
Bottom line is this: you can go check it out and enjoy yourself at Myrtle Beach because they got all kinds of things you can do. They might even have wind sailing. I don't even know if that's a thing, a sport, an activity, but they probably got it because they got everything. They got over 70 golf courses, sandy white beaches, and endless off-the-course entertainment options. Visit MyrtleBeachGolf.com to shop golf packages for the popular fall golf season in Myrtle Beach. Lodging options include oceanfront villas, golf villas, condos with plenty of space. Package options include free replay rates. So please visit MyrtleBeachGolf.com. Shop golf packages for the golf season right now. What a setup. Is the Masters Week just a lot for you? Because it's home and you're, 30 minutes away. You got family. Everybody wants to come.
Man, it's been pretty chill the last, this year was the most chill I've been. Adam Curley, my trainer's been staying with me for 7 in a row or 8 in a row, how many ever I played. And he said this year my program was buttoned up as he's ever seen, like no outside stuff. And we just chilled. And except for you idiots came over one night, didn't you?
Yeah, came over. It was nice. Nice little appetizer night.
Yeah, man.
No, remember that outfit like that you were supposed to wear on like Wednesday or Thursday we were looking at from the Peter Millar when they scripted you?
Those pants,
dude. Some crew showed up.
Hoods, man. That was the day I was supposed to wear that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't.
Dude, these 2 guys showed up at the last classic and they're like, does this outfit mean anything to you? And it was like a green shirt and crazy pants. I'm like, I don't know, is that like an Ian Poulter thing? They're like, it's Kiz's outfit. It was like the legit outfit. They went on PeterMillar.com and got it, and they loved it.
It's funny. I hope they
want outfit of the day.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, they had the full on Kiz. Southern Hills PGA. You got any insight on that puppy, or are you just do you care at this point? Do you do any research? Do you look it up on the internet? Do you do flyovers? How do you start thinking about next major?
Well, according to some Twitter people, we got no chance because Tiger got preferential treatment and knows all the ins and outs of the course.
It's true.
It's
true. It's gonna be.
You guys are fucked.
Staying in the know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I there already, so I'll probably just move on to the next one. What's the next one?
Next one will be the U.S. Open, which you've told us many times you don't have a chance at the U.S. Open.
All right, I guess we're going all in on the British.
Yeah.
Old course, baby. You ever played the old course?
Let's go.
You ever played the old course?
Yeah, I played there the last time I was there. 15, I think.
15? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the year you finished second in the players, right?
Yeah. Second everywhere. I lost like 4 playoffs that year.
Yeah, a lot of people like to chirp your playoff record for a guy with such a good match play record.
Hey, man, I beat 5 guys in my last playoff, so I think I'm 5-5.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Fair. We'll give that to you. Touche. Well played. What a shit show that was with everybody putting around and
coins everywhere, everybody moving their coins.
The team event, I know these guys were down there. They saw you quite a bit in terms of kind of like shit shows and things being different. I saw some folks complaining that the team event, that guys get the full basically treatment for when you win team event. You think that should stay? You think you should be treated like you want a PGA Tour event, just like any other event?
Yeah, man. Why wouldn't you? It's just as hard to win with a partner, if not harder. Especially in that shot, you're only hitting half the shots. You got to pray your partner does well when you do well.
Moments like that 9th hole happen where it's just like, whoa.
Were you sitting there when we made the 8?
We actually were, I think, on 17 at that point. I couldn't believe we missed that.
I told Brownie he made it like a 12 or 15 footer for an 8, and as soon as it went in, I go, that's the greatest putt I've ever seen in my PGA. Like, what? And I said, I could never make a 12 footer for an 8. Never.
Dude, it's just you both were looking at it like, how the fuck did we just put it in the water 3 times? There's no way. That hole is so hard. I asked you about it because we played that hole from like 150 yards out. I had the shot of my life on that at that event like on Tuesday. And then I'm like, oh, how are you going to do out there? You're like, oh, I asked you if a good bet would be you to hit the green in regulation that night. You said, absolutely not.
Never hit the green there. Par 3s are Brownie's holes.
Yeah.
Par 3s are Brownie's holes.
Well, he hit odds. There's 3 par 3s for him.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I imagine there's some pretty good strategy that goes into that. You guys have a pretty good track record there, except for that hole that week.
Actually, I think we played 3 under on the other 17 holes and made is it a quintuple?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's pretty solid. 3 under. When I told him that he made the greatest putt for an 8, he goes, "Is that what we made?"
And it was a great putt too. Like that's on its way to be a 9. Like that was no easy. That was not an easy putt.
And for a 9 in front of everyone. Thank you.
Dude, they dogged you guys too. It's like we begged them to show Kiz all the time, and then the only social clip they put out of you guys the whole week was like, "Look at Kevin Kisner and Scott Brown making 8 on a par 3."
I told Fat Boy Colt that I walked in the locker room after I took a shower and I'm packing my stuff up and the TV's on and I hear, "This hole's not easy today. I mean, Kevin Kisner and Scott Brown made an 8." And I just texted immediately like, "Fuck you."
Oh man.
Where are you playing next?
Byron Nelson. I never played, so I wanted to play before a major one time, and it just worked out that way.
The Byron Nelson.
Yeah.
Never played that?
I haven't played at this new course. I haven't played in probably 5 years there. Because I never played at Trinity Forest, and now it's at another place. I don't even know what it's called. TPC Ranch, maybe?
Yeah, I forgot that people were not happy they got rid of Trinity Forest. Everybody was all jacked up in the course architecture geek world about Trinity Forest and the Court Crenshaw, but they just lit that place up like they light everywhere up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you put us, man. You put a hole in the ground, it doesn't matter how far you put us away. You're going to make birdies.
Need wind and firm conditions, huh?
Yeah, man. Rough doesn't even matter anymore, does it?
Rough matters to you, I feel like.
Yeah, because I can't get it far enough to get on the green from it, but bombers can.
Whatever happened to your new distance swing that you showed me last year?
I still do it. Getting kind of old, Riggs.
Yeah, you are getting up. What are you, 38?
Yeah. I hadn't hit
Still doing it.
Since New Orleans today, and my ball speed of my driver today was 161. I was like, this is just depressing.
I asked in the beginning of this year, we were doing predictions, and I think Riggs was talking highly about your game going into this season, and I was like, does Kisner still have like that like fire to just want to like do this for much longer? Like you're like just, you're 38, you already have all this money, we know who you are, like you're a laid back guy, you're happy with everything you've ever had in your life. Like, and then he's like, dude, yeah, this fucking guy still thinks he can go out there and perform, and like you just have had an unbelievable year. And like, so like, when do you foresee like a time when that changes, or you're just gonna keep going with like whatever you feel? Like you don't have like a set date.
I would quit playing if I wasn't at a level where I made enough money off the course to pay for my on the course. Does that make sense?
Wait, one more time.
Yeah.
So if like these poor kids that don't have any endorsement money and they just run around to go play golf and they basically just lose money every week if they don't make the cut. Like, I don't know how they do it, right? Because it costs about $10,000 a week to play a tour event if you do it correctly with flying and hotels and food and all caddies, everything you got to pay. So if my off-course endorsement money didn't pay for me to go play, then I'd have a hard time leaving my kids and children with as successful as I've been to go play.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
So,
especially for where you're at your career now, like it doesn't make sense for someone that's grinding for sure.
No,
like the young kids.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was 23, I wouldn't have that perspective. But 38, and if I was 178th in the world and grinding out, and I had one sponsor that was paying me $50,000, and I was cost you $300 to play the PGA Tour, I'd have a whole different perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still love the game?
Maybe I'd be on the live.
Maybe don't say that around here.
Has the live approached Kevin Kisner?
Who have they not approached?
How does that go? They show up in like a cloak with like a check?
No, I don't know. I stay out of that shit.
An owl fly through your door like a Harry Potter and drop off an envelope.
Did you feel pressure, Kiz, to announce your allegiance like everybody when all the dominoes were falling?
I did not. I just try to steer clear of all the political side. I learned my lesson a long time with the COVID tweet.
Yeah. Follow the guidelines.
Follow the guidelines, man. That's all I do.
Yeah. Yeah. How meaningful would it be for you? How much do you at all put trying to lock down and win a major championship on, your mantle or your resume? I mean, is that something? You're 38 now. We talked about you're older. You talk already about the money and how you consider it each week, and you got kids, you got family, you got different priorities than you used to have. Like, are you still trying to prioritize winning one because of how much it means to you as a golfer your whole life, or if it happens, it happens?
Kind of the point where it happens, but I know how close I've been. Like, I've had chances in majors to win, which is all you can ever ask for, because obviously the majors are the biggest group of best players in the world at that time playing their best golf. So, if you won that, you were literally playing the best golf of anyone in the world that week, which is pretty cool to have on your mantle. But I'll tell you a funny story. My daughter asked me 2 days ago if we could ever play that tournament on tour. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, you can't play in a tournament on tour. You can play on the LPGA tour, but you can't play on a PGA Tour event. She's like, no, the one where I'm your partner, where I can hit the drive and then you can do the chip. And I was like, what? She was like, like Mr. Tiger and his son played in. And I was like, oh, like the father or the parent-child, father-son, whatever it's called. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I can play because I haven't won a major. She's like, well, you need to win one then so we can play.
There you go. There you go. There's the motivation.
All the inspiration you needed was to play in that.
Go play in the PNC father-son down in Florida.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gunning for.
Yeah, I just always wonder that because, you have all the quotes, right, about, I'm out here because they pay great for 20th, and I can't win in certain tournaments, or I know I don't have as big of a shot. You go through. So I've always just wondered, even is there still that kid inside you that's like, I want to win a fucking major just because it'd be really cool to win a major?
Yeah, hell yeah. I just love having a chance in the majors. It's so much fun, man. I just love how my focus narrows. I love how intense it gets, and I love competing because you're on your shit if you have a chance to win a major. And like, being on your shit only happens 5 times a year, and it's so cool when it peaks at the right time. That's what I thought was so impressive about Tiger's career.
Does it feel different when you show up to a major championship?
Yeah. I mean, certain ones. I mean, the Masters is its own different animal because it's only 80 or 90 guys. And then you go to the PGA and you got a bunch of club pros running around, and practice rounds take forever. And you go to the U.S. Open and there's just a golf course that seems impossible. And then you go to the British Open and it's like stepping back in time. So each one's different in its own sense.
God, you said
we talk.
That was like eloquent the way you went through that. It was like spot on.
A sneaky, eloquent guy, people wouldn't expect that. We talk a lot about how our glory days are way behind us, right? I mean, we don't have anything real that we get to play a game for, and that's as a kid in high school, college, whatever. Like that's it. That's if you're a hockey player, like all you think about is hockey culture, what helmet you're gonna wear because you're gonna try to win this tournament. You want to be better, and like that's all you live for. And we were talking with Scotty Scheffler about it, actually. We're like, how cool is it that you get to go to tournaments with tens of thousands of people out there that are fans, millions of people watching, huge trophies, gigantic like volunteer staffs that go into it, and you could legitimately win the fucking tournament. Like, that gives me chills thinking about how cool it must be to arrive and then go through your process and then actually go into competition mode and have a legitimate chance to win. And as you kind of get older, I guess we kind of asking a bunch of the same questions, but it's just, you wonder at what point you lose it. So it's just cool to hear that, like, no, yeah, that's why I do what I do. And it must just be really awesome to go into a big event like that, knowing you legitimately have the competitive skill set and fire to actually be in a position to win the event that you're at.
No doubt. Absolutely. It's the coolest part about our game. And I wouldn't say everybody that shows up at a major feels that. And I think that's what's cool, that I legitimately think I can win at certain spots. And it makes the week so much more fun.
You're going to have an all-time like press conference, or the first thing you say when you pick up, when you finally get that major, you're going to say, we're going to the PNC instead of like going to Disney.
People will be like, what?
Daughter's going to come running out. You're going to be like, what the fuck did he just say? It's like, what? Just won the Open Championship. He's going to the PNC.
So funny.
Do you want to get your kids into golf, Kiz?
I thought you were going to say it ain't no hobby, but you went with that.
That would be unbelievable. We'd sell many
even
hats
more
and make your head
hats.
spin. Our warehouse would be going crazy. Like, what the fuck?
What'd you ask me? Somebody asked me a question.
You feel like, I don't know, desire, excitement, whatever, to get your kids into golf?
Dude, I just try not to push them. Like, if they want it, like my son's really for it, and he's gotten to where he wants to go hit about every day now, and he just wants to hit driver, which is cool with me. But it's funny, like this guy was like, man, what all have you taught him? I said, I've never said one word to him, and all I've ever said is, like, when he hits one good, I say, did you hear that? And he's like, yes. And I go, it made that clack sound, right? And he said, yeah. I said, that's what you want every one of them to sound like. That's it.
I saw you put up a Twitter or Instagram post the other day of, like, something happened. Like, you hit one that was so pure that the noise was insane.
Yeah, that was sick. Did you hear it?
Nuts. It sounded like a gunshot. That was as pure of an iron as you can possibly hit.
I said, I don't know what happened here, but the audio is some damn sweet.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it even made me pitch a little tent, and that's hard to do.
That's what made me like it so much that, like, I mean, that I was thinking to myself, Kisner's heard the pure sound of a golf ball his whole life, and, like, the fact that he's, like, still giddy over it. Like, we go crazy when we get that one that just echoes through the trees. You're, like, showing everyone, like, listen to this shit, and you're still doing it. It's fucking awesome.
I was actually sending that to JT to see if he liked something, and I was like, holy shit, that sounded good. And then I sent it to him, and his only comment was, damn, that sounded sweet.
It did. It sounded very sweet.
Yeah. Is that what yours were sounding like, left, Trent?
Not so much. Maybe.
How about your bunker action? How you had that face open after you hit it, bro? I was proud of you.
That's what we were working on, man. We were really working on that to keep it, like, I don't have to go back as far. Just keep it open, go through, keep it open once I get through it. And it was working like a charm.
How about on the course?
So we actually didn't hit it into a bunker, which I was happy about. So we didn't really have to test it on the course, but when we were practicing, it was working out pretty well.
And you've practiced it 0 times since, correct?
I got things. I'm traveling. I'm traveling all over the place. I'm in San Francisco.
It's about to be summertime in New York, bud. You got a lot of golf ahead of you.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm moving out of the city. I think I'm going to move out to Long Island, so I think I'll have more access to golf courses.
Bringing them out to the island, baby.
Moving out, moving away. Frankie bought a house, getting hitched. What about you, Lurch?
Nah, we'll see.
Selling drones and shit.
Got to pay the bills.
Tasers and.
That's right. Virtual reality training and drones, baby. That's what gets me. That gets what me to pitch a tent, baby. You want some of those? I'll get all excited.
I want Kisner to tase Lurch. I think that's still something we should do.
Why don't you get tased, T?
I told you. I've
been tased.
You're going to call my mom when I'm dead because I got hit with a taser? You don't want that on you.
I got a heart thing. I grew up with a VCR and wires all over my chest, making sure my heart was beating the right way, and nobody could figure it out.
I got SVT. Yeah, I got irregular heartbeat. I can't be getting tased.
Honestly, it won't do a thing. It will not hurt you. A lot of people have been hit by a taser. Everybody's fine.
If Trent has much anxiety, I'm out.
Yeah, that's fair. Wouldn't want to put a frown on that guy's face anyways. You know, you just like to see Trent smiling, and that's it.
Well, you getting tased by Kevin would put a big old smile on my face.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Kev. Let me tase you, Kiz.
Yeah, I'm out. I'll wait on.
Let's light up one of those ducks you're firing at. We'll hit them with the taser downrange.
If you can hit a duck with a taser, I'd be impressed.
Can't stop thinking about the Sunday I'm gonna go eat downstairs because I'm gonna make this place pay for what they did to me with this Wi-Fi. I'm gonna eat all their ice cream.
Do they have
focus
like
on
yeah.
Kids? You focus on diet stuff. You pretty regimented.
I'm not that crazy. My wife a really healthy cook, so when I'm home, I eat healthy.
Okay.
But I don't go eat 3 bowls of ice cream at night or anything like that.
What's your like cheat food? Like what's something that you're just like, boy, I'm gonna be a bad boy right now?
I'd get fast food.
Okay. What's your number one?
What?
Double cheeseburger or something like that.
Wendy's double cheeseburger. So you go Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King?
I don't eat at McDonald's.
What?
I just put Burger King last because I thought that's what everyone in the world did.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like Five Guys. Five Guys I'll do.
Five Guys.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't put Five Guys in the fast food burger category. I don't know about you guys.
It's a little nicer.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a step up.
I had Shake Shack the other day, man. I was pissed with that burger. It was the size of like
greasy too.
It was just tiny. The size was pathetic. Not what I wanted. I was upset. I left there. I got 2 burgers, and I had a car trip to make, and I large Coke, and I was like, let's go. Open up the first box, and it's a little slider. I had 2 of those things in 2 minutes, and I was done, ready to pull back over for another meal. But then, I held straight on the road. I didn't pull back over, so I was happy with that.
Lurch, did I see a picture of some healthy bowl? You're doing something extreme again?
I need to get back on the train. I weighed in the other day at 258. Can't get into 2.6s. So we're going to try to get that back down to 247.
New Orleans and Nashville hurt me big time.
Dude,
I'm going to Scottsdale for a bachelor party coming up. I got popped the top soon, in about 2 weeks. And I've got these little titties on me right now that just can't be seen by my buddies. Like they're not going to believe what happens when I walk into this pool party.
Swim shirt Borelli.
I'm sure.
I'm going to the Grand Canyon tomorrow with coworkers, and my brother's coming. My brother's massive. 2 of us are going to pop the shirt off. People are going to be running for the hills.
That's
I'm eating fish right now.
That you outweigh me by 100 pounds, and I can still hit it further than you.
Actually, I think I picked up about 15, 20 yards, Kiz.
Well, anytime you want to try that, we can do it too.
All right. I'll give that a whack.
Long drive for a tase.
For what?
Yeah.
For a
Yes.
taste? Oh, shit.
Dude.
That's...
Yes.
You got to keep it straight. That's insane.
Yes.
All right. Done. How many balls,
Wow.
Kiz?
Huh?
How many balls each of us get?
It rhymes.
No, you don't get 1. You gotta you get 5 balls.
That's crazy. That's insane.
He's way more accurate. If I don't put it in the fairway,
Then you don't take the bet. Like you just like you
Come on, Kiz, open it up a little bit.
Open it up. Well, then I'm gonna swing harder. You can't swing as fast as me.
Right? Yeah. I mean, then you're gonna beat me. But I'm saying each one of us gets 5 balls.
You can't win that.
Well, then take the bet.
You have is I hit first with 1 ball and miss the fairway.
Take the bet.
5 balls you can't win, Lurch. I'm telling you.
Well, then just take it.
Okay, 5 balls you lost.
All right. 5 balls. Each of us get 5 balls, and that's it.
You lost.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
He's so confident. You should be so scared.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Dude, I've done the taser. It sucks,
rattling your cage right now.
So I've done the part of this bet is I've gotten tased. It's 5 seconds of hell, but it's not. You get through it. Kisner hasn't done it. Now, 99% of the time he's going to beat me in this, but there's a chance. There's a chance that I win this thing. So we'll see.
I think he's.
I'm always worried about. I'm less worried about the pain. I am worried about dying, but outside of that, I'm worried about like Tay's face. Like, what am I going to look like when that thing hits me? Like, there's guitarists who are like like I'm gonna look like that when I get tased, and I don't want that on the internet forever. So
the big thing is just to breathe out before you get hit, because if not, then you give a yelp. Like I posted the picture of me getting tased, and my whole left side just gives out and kind of just crumble on my left. But if you don't breathe out, then potentially you got a nasty high pitch yelp coming out as you get hit.
But you got tased from the back. I want to tase you face on.
No. It's in the back.
Tase him in the face.
Right in the gut.
It wouldn't do anything. There's no muscle there. It's just like you just jiggle around.
Oh, I mean, you're definitely gonna lose, Lurch, but that's great. I love that.
It'll be a fun time.
Are we gonna do it on TrackMan or on the course?
We'll do it on the launch monitor, or I guess course is fine.
You don't want that.
I don't. What the hell's the difference? Why you think the launch monitor might
fast as me on the TrackMan, so you can never hit it as far as me.
Let's just see. 5 shots, maybe.
All right.
I think you wanting more shots is crazy, Lurch.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to, like, okay, my stats that I said earlier, like I only hit the fairway 60 or 57% of the time, so that's not great.
But I think, like, the chances of you swinging and being able to hit the ball farther than the 29th ranked player in the world are like 0.
Yeah,
like, so your hope would be that he would miss and you would, like, hit the fairway.
Oh,
a huge part of my life. What?
You just have to put one out there.
If I missed the fairway on the first shot and went first, you could just dink it out there 250 in the fairway and win.
I could, but I mean, I feel like you can pretty much open it up and hit one down the fairway with no pressure on you pretty easily, and that's a nightmare for me.
It's only like 70% of the time, so
we'll just see.
How about Brando, who I saw you getting into? Brando was telling me a stat the other day that Tiger in 2000, I believe, was hitting 73% of fairways, and he was also number 2 in driving distance.
Yeah, it's a joke.
That's insanity. He was hitting 73%. That's fucking crazy. He's hitting Kisner level accuracy on fairways, but hitting it like 310 or whatever in like 20 years ago.
Brandel's got to learn how to spell Tillery. That's what he got to do.
Yep.
Less Tiger
Tillery.
stats, more spelling.
I jumped in there for you, T. I had to back your boy up.
Dude, I saw it. I know. Now when I break 90, it's gonna be an anti-Brandel celebration for me in Tillery.
We're gonna be the next hoodie's gonna be Tillery less than 90.
Yeah.
What are you chewing on over there, T? Some Swedish fish?
Swedish fish, yeah.
Just sneaking a couple in.
I'm hungry, man. I flew all day. I need to eat something, so I've been eating.
Dude, your tweet the other day about the dart cracked me up. I love that.
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's get it going.
What's that?
The dart game. I'm ready.
The dart of, like, you return the rental car, and you walk up and somebody just that you don't see, and they just put one right in your neck and you wake up at your house.
You got a fucking dart in your neck, bro.
Dude, that's a great idea. I gotta get some capital. I gotta get some investors, but we'll get there.
You probably just call Elon. He'll take care of you.
Him and I got problems, so I don't know if he'll answer that phone call. We got beef.
In classic Kiz fashion, he said he was going to pop on for 15 minutes, and it's been like an hour and 35, however long it's been. I went through 2 different Wi-Fis and 2 computers during this interview.
All right, I'm going to bed.
I got the St. Louis Blues starting right now, so I wouldn't hate that.
You're the man, Kiz.
Hey, I appreciate all of y'all.
Good seeing you.
Kiz, let's keep slinging some gear, baby. Ain't no hobby is taking off. You need if you win a major, dude. I know the daughter and that stuff's cool, but like we will sell a lot of Ain't No Hobby merch.
Oh yeah.
Foundation. Hey, did you see the foundation gave their first $1 million check away today?
No
Wow.
way.
Really?
What?
Yeah, man.
Who'd they give it to?
We gave it to the Children's Hospital in Augusta. We did a $5 million endowment to start a program for behavioral mental wellness.
Hell
The
yeah.
Kevin
man.
Kisner Foundation gave away $1 million check.
Today. It's all.
Holy
I just
shit.
retweeted. We got 4 more $1 million checks to give them.
What the hell is going on over there?
Y'all-
That's insane.
No hobby gear. I'm gonna have to play really well.
No, people, it's going to keep moving. It's going to move.
Great work. How about that? You have a foundation that is able to write $1 million checks to children's hospitals.
That's a real deal.
Incredible.
What's that?
That is the real deal. That's making a real difference.
Yeah, we're rolling. $5.3 million we're giving that hospital.
Jesus.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Good for you, man. That's impressive.
Think about
Great
it.
work,
Without
kids.
you existing, they're $5.3 million less fortunate at that hospital.
Yep.
That's
And
freaking awesome.
I named
This
it.
guy right here.
I named it the Kisner Foundation and Friends Center because it's not all my money, because people are buying ain't no hobby gear. So everybody's buying hats is a part of it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go is right.
It's a
This
good
guy
guy
right
right
here.
there. That's just a good guy,
Oh,
Kiz.
it's an American hero, the American dream, this guy.
That's
Wow.
what we're here for.
There you
Ain't
go.
no hobby. All right, Kiz, you're the man. Thank you. Tell Brittany we said hi. Thank you for letting you jump away from the family and everything. Good luck this week or this month, this season, major championship season. I know you clearly feel like you can win every tournament. So go get him. Win a major so we can get you in the father-daughter.
Are y'all coming to PGA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
be at both of them. We'll be
Let's
PGA
go.
and US Open.
I'll be solo. Maybe y'all could buy me a dinner one time instead of me always buying.
Yeah.
Done.
That'd be
We'll
nice.
think about it. We'll consider it.
All right, see you,
Let's
boys.
share Wendy's double
See ya.
cheeseburger.
See you,
ya.
kids.
Bye,
Hey.
Kiz.
Get your taser right, Lurch.
I got one over here. I'll be ready for that 5-ball challenge, baby.
Bring
It's
it.
so hard for Kiz in that. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be one of one on my fanhood side. Maybe my mom too. One. She'll probably text me as soon as this comes out and be like, "I don't want you to get tased again."
I love that
How
guy.
about the
Kiz is the
he's
best.
the greatest. Kiz is just the greatest. How about I'm trying to follow now these NHL scores in real time. We got Toronto's killing Tampa, and the
Just-
Bruins are getting killed.
I've had the Toronto game on the entire game. They're just absolutely shit pumping the Lightning. It's nice to see the Lightning get what they deserve after the last couple of years of them ruining my life. And it's not as nice to see Johnny Toronto, have some success. It's kind of a weird little thing I got going on because I don't know who to root for in that one. Got the
Who do you
Rangers
want to
5-1
come out of
tomorrow
now,
these
night.
for-
Carolina. 5-1
Carolina's
Carolina.
killing
over
the
Boston.
Blues. Bruins are fucking getting killed. Blues are about to start.
Frankie, who do you want out of the East?
I've got the Colorado Avalanche over the Toronto Maple Leafs in my bracket. I want to
Wow,
see Devon
I like that. That would
I want to
actually
see
be,
Devon
I hate
Taves
that
win a
'cause
fu-
the Blues, but I think
I want
that's
to see
smart.
Devon Taves win a fucking Stanley Cup, man. That guy deserves one. One of the best guys on the planet. He's having an insane year. Asked him for something for one of my cousin's charities. I was like, yo, could you just I was like, she lives out in Colorado. Any chance that you could get like a stick or something? He goes, dude, no problem. Next day has a signed stick from Cale Makar, who's like maybe having the best defensive year in the history of defense. I mean, he's fucking outrageously good. And then a signed jersey, like in a frame and there. It's just like, didn't ask for any of that stuff. Just asked him for a game used stick, just so that they could put on a silent auction. Just the nicest guy ever. And yeah, I would love for him to win. Anyone but the Rangers, really.
Let's go Blues, baby.
Go Rangers.
Blues, Minnesota Wild. I got a hell of a week ahead. I'm going to be in St. Louis actually on Friday night. I can't wait. Playoff hockey.
Yeah.
I think playoff hockey is literally just the best.
Best thing
There's
in the world.
nothing. There's just nothing. This first couple weeks too, when there's just like 3 games a night, it's fucking
The
awesome.
best.
Yeah.
People are putting their
Oh.
lives on the line out there every
Oh.
shift. It's so aggressive and like just everybody's bought in, and it is the best game in the planet. I'm so
Did you see
pumped to watch.
Marchand's quote about how like whoever wins the Stanley Cup is going to have to win 4 Stanley Cup Finals series because everything is so intense and tight right now? It was
5-0.
awesome.
5-0. Austin Matthews again. Is that a hat trick for the guy? That's 2 goals. I mean, he's just insane.
Dude, this Carolina game too, the crowd is rocking. Like they've been standing the entire time I've been watching this game, and it's in the 40 seconds left of the third period. They just been going bananas.
I'll be
Tell you
in
what,
the Grand Cayman
Ranger-
tomorrow, and I can't wait to watch the Rangers with my brother in the Grand Cayman. That is going to be an all-time.
Oh, that's incredible.
Rangers
That's incredible.
Leafs, a Rangers Leafs Eastern Conference Finals would be something.
Something.
I've got a
First
Wednesday
time
night.
I've ever heard Frankie say, like, admit the Rangers are pretty good. So you say in
Well, I
Eastern
said it would be
Conference-
something.
Well, something, but even admitting that there might be a chance that they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, lends me to believe that you think they're okay.
Well, they're facing the Pittsburgh Penguins who don't have a goalie. Jari's out for the entire season, so it's like, yeah, I think they have kind of like a cakewalk to the Eastern Conference Finals. And like if
It's
like
the first
the Capitals get through, there's like no Ovi right now. It's just like a whole thing.
How nervous you are. You can't even make eye contact with it. Saying it and looking away and biting his lip.
I think we're all hungry and we got to
Fucking
eat
hate
and
the
watch some
Rangers.
hockey. Thank you, Kevin Kisner. We got more topics that we didn't get to that we'll cover on Thursday's show. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit hard.
Hit it hard.